Hey!
Hello guys, we're happy to meet you on the second day of our Starfall Tactics Halloween Cup. Hello!
Yes, hello, and just in case you forgot, here's our tournament table for the final stage. The first four matches will be Die Hard 25 against TerraTapka, ShalynnTheSergal against Kcalb, Sheepnator against ironix, and dragoninferno against Frontline.
Yep, we are going to see some intense matches, and we are also going to see guys who got titles of the best commanders from previous tournament, Die Hard and dragoninferno, and we expect some great battles, a lot of action. So get ready to see all this.
Yes. We tweaked some of our volume sliders, so let us know if you can hear us better now than yesterday, if you can hear the game okay, if you can hear us okay, and stuff like that. We would really appreciate it.
Yep, and feel free to let us know if everything or anything goes not as good as you want it to go.
Yes.
We also appreciate it. So our matches are about to start. Our participants have already came to the lobbies, and now we are waiting until our referees launch their matches to see how it all goes. Also guys, I remind you that our test finishes on 7th November, not on 5th November. We have it a little bit longer. Okay, and it looks like the first game is about to start.
Let's see who it is. It's Terra Horizon, also known as TerraTapka, against Die Hard 25.
It should be a very interesting match. Yes, Terra Horizon is already wishing good luck, have fun for Die Hard.
And another match starting just right now is dragoninferno against Frontline.
Yes, Frontline is using his well-known tactics with regents, so I think he'll go straight away with his ships.
And the third one starting now is Kcalb against ShalynnTheSergal.
Yes, Shalyn also uses his famous tactics with Warp Homer on Tizona, and two small scouts with our new engines.
Nothing happens much so far. Players are just getting as much war points as they can, spreading their reach as effective and as fast as possible.
But it looks like Die Hard didn't got points really that early he needed, so he will lose in income a little bit. But he summoned some ships while Terra Horizon is going for an assault on the closest points. Or maybe he's just waiting for Die Hard in the nebula. It also could be that.
We see dragoninferno in frontline. Dragoninferno is using a similar tactic that we've seen from him just yesterday, which is mine the middle ground between the four main points, and hope that frontline makes a mistake and or won't notice him at all.
Yeah, but as we can see, Frontline haven't captured the closest point as he did in previous battles. He loses in income a little bit, but still he might be able to catch the point here.
Yes, meanwhile, Terra Horizon is being chased down from the middle point by Darhard's battleship and two battlecruisers. It seems like Terra Horizon has a bit of a trouble controlling his ships.
Yeah, they fly right into the asteroid fields.
Yes, in that battleship doesn't look like it's doing any better either. It's very slow, it's trying to turn around to do at least...
It's warping away, and Die Hard is also warping, so Yes, he walked to the base to do some repairs maybe, and eventually catch the point on the right of his mothership, while Terror Horizon has also to retreat to repair his ships. Yeah, he uses phantom lasers, as we could frequently see before on the group stage. It's a weapon which penetrates armor and can damage your equipment. Yep, you won't be able to shoot with your favorite lasers. So it looks like Die Hard has a very expensive fleet, while Terror Horizon saves his war points. Oh no, he just spent some war points.
I wonder what it was.
Yeah, I also wonder. Can we see that? I guess. So, Die Hard is moving to the center point to finally take this after taking the point on the right.
And it seems like he will be successful in that because Terra Horizon doesn't have a lot of defense for the middle point, and Die Hard will take it from him pretty easily.
Yes, and as you could see, Die Hard uses warp interference near his mothership, so opponent can't warp in there.
Kcalb and ShalynnTheSergal are exchanging fire in the middle of the map, and
it looks like ShalynnTheSergal has some phantom lasers also, and it has just broken some equipment of Kcalb's ships, which is not really good.
phantom lasers seem to be very popular this tournament, just like piercing cannons used to be on the Winter Cup.
Yes, we could also see phantom lasers on the Winter Cup, but they weren't used correctly, unfortunately. Right now they see it right.
Yes.
So, Shalynn destroyed his dreadnought.
And we see phantom lasers pretty much on every screen right now.
Yeah.
Here we see Die Hard warping in front of Terra Horizon.
Boarding.
Oh, we see some boarding action going on.
But who's boarding whom?
I think Terra Horizon is boarding Die Hard Sunrise.
I'm not sure it's really gonna be successful, as Sunrise got enough crew to stand against a single boarding module.
Yeah, it wasn't as successful as Terra Horizon hoped.
Now it stops Kcalb to finish it off. So Terra Horizon has just lost a lot of war points here. Although he still has this center point. Maybe Die Hard is just trying to trick him here, make sort of a trap. We don't know.
Meanwhile, dragoninferno in frontline, we see already trademark fleet of regions from frontline. This time is 5 instead of 4, which will probably be even deadlier for dragoninferno. And this tactic seemingly pays off, seeing how frontline controls most of the territory of the map. And, well, dragoninferno still might have a trick up his sleeve because he clearly has an economic advantage. He didn't spend a lot of his resources.
Yes, and can you see how much shields these dragons actually have? Wow, that's a lot. Almost 3,000, which is a lot for a battle cruiser actually.
While frontline is trying to collect his forces for what I assume is a final attack, we see Terra Horizon and Die Hard 25
still fighting for the middle point.
Yeah, surprisingly, Die Hard 25 does a very successful ram and sends Terra Horizon's dreadnought flying across the map.
Yes, and he destroyed Terra Horizon's engines on Atlantis, so it just floats away, but it has a chance to repair as it's deprived faction, actually. And deprived ships can repair this time. So you can see here it repaired its engines and trying to retreat, while Darhar is still looking for him on top of this nebula. And a little trick from Terror Horizon. It uses Salem to get a point on the right of Diehard's mothership, but Diehard sees him. Here they actually found Atlantis and will finish him off in a few seconds.
I don't believe that Dreadnought has any chance of escaping now, but hiding in the nebula was probably as good of a move as you can do in this situation.
Yeah, really the best you could do here. Okay, Terror Horizon doesn't have a lot of ships warped in, and Die Hard has a more than double cost of warped fleet, which is really great for Die Hard, although he has less income now. So will he take this point actually, or Terror Horizon is going to pay him off with taking other points? So I see Salem is flying to the center. It should want to scout or take this point, while Diehard is actually not able to return that fast to his mothership right now. He is really far away, even though warp jump module for fleet allows you to jump for long distances, but not for the whole map. That would be too much.
Oh yes. Kcalb, ShalynnTheSergal, we see some somewhat damaged battle cruisers going in a strict formation.
Oh, that was a plasma bomb.
Yes, and
Plasma mine.
and an already familiar sight of Phantom Muramasa trying to protect the fleeing Tizona from incoming fire unsuccessfully.
Unsuccessfully, as rockets can actually fly over, and a small rockets, which I assume has these advisor dreadnought, are fast enough to chase it.
Yeah, it seems like Kcalb won't be able to capture this bottom middle point because he's pretty much surrounded from all possible sides.
Oh, he tried to ram, but it was not definitely a good idea. See the amount of armor of this Muramasa. It's definitely able to crush a lot of ships with ramming. A lot of deprived ships with ramming, I would say. So, Shalynn is going to take this middle point and get an advantage, while Kcalb doesn't have any ships on the battlefield at all.
Meanwhile, it looks like a battle between Dragon Inferno and Frontline is finally starting up for the Dragon Inferno's mothership. It's 3 battleships against 4 battlecruisers. But Frontline's familiar regions are standing pretty good against such a threat. I don't see the warp interference that used to be here just a minute ago.
Maybe he destroyed a ship with warp
Oh,
interference.
yes,
that would be
that
a
could
great
possibly.
idea to destroy this ship as the first target, actually.
Yes, Dragon Inferno made a small retreat to probably get a healing from the mothership.
But unfortunately, his Kcalb, I guess, gets destroyed in any way. It just gets too much damage, and these Kcalbs, as far as I know, can cost more than these small regions.
Oh yeah, well, it seems like Frontline is retreating as well. He lost at least one of his ships and collecting his forces on the middle once again. Kcalb and ShalynnTheSergal, we see Kcalb controlling a single warp point to hopefully do something against a dominating enemy.
He's going to go from the back maybe with his warp homer, but I don't really think it will be possible in the nearest couple of minutes with his income and available warp points. He also has a nebula generator, so he can just go step by step if Shalynn didn't notice it.
Battle of Terra Horizon and Die Hard 25.
Got some strange situation on the battlefield, I see.
Yes, Die Hard's Timur is slowly picking away at the mothership while Terra Horizon panically spawns anything he has to distract him from his main target. Meanwhile, Die Hard is also making his move, but he just takes a battle station for now.
Okay, phantom lasers again.
A variety of energy weapons, really. Oh, that Premiere doesn't have anything except for phantom lasers.
Yep, we should have some support to destroy shields.
Yes, and it seems like there's no stopping Die Hard 25 now. That Timur will take a lot of time, even half dead to... Oh, and here we see yet another pack of very powerful ships to finish the job, and there's not much you can do about it right now, I don't think.
Yes, and he also uses warp interference, which prevents him from warping in ships near motherships. So
Yes.
Congrats, Die Hard.
I believe that's our first victory for today. Meanwhile, we see a very familiar sight with Kcalb and ShalynnTheSergal. ShalynnTheSergal is making a very aggressive move on Kcalb's mothership. They spawn right in front of the mothership. It doesn't matter that they're still in range of its rockets.
Yeah, but he has so much power right now, so he will be able to destroy the ship, and this lonely dreadnought won't be able to do anything. Yes, congrats to Shalynn.
Yes, our second victory for the day.
Yay.
The only battle that's going on right now at this point is Dragon Inferno and Frontline, and it's once again a very familiar sight.
But Timur, he is here.
Oh yeah, I remember that Timur. It's probably the only other ship by Frontlines that I've seen aside from the regions.
Oh, he uses a long-range scanner to scan Dragon Inferno's position, so he should be aware of all ships he has. Oh, and notice Dragon Inferno has a sort of gravity module installed on his ships. So it should be very interesting if Frontline decides to go closer in this close formation.
Yes, a formation such as this can be very susceptible to gravity weapons because they will definitely collide with each other and do damage to themselves.
Not only actually gravity weapons, but plasma webs and just any AoE model we have here in the game.
Yeah, so you have to be really careful when you group up your ships like that. What else is going on? Terra Horizon and Die Hard 25 are starting up their second match.
And you see, Die Hard starts differently. He decides to capture the point on the enemy side. Will he be able to do that? Just a second. Yeah, he does that. He upgrades it to warp point, and that's a great disaster to Terra Horizon. He will either destroy this point right now, which means that Die Hard just lost 1000 war points, or Die Hard will defend against him. Okay, it looks like Die Hard will be able to defend. Not really much time left for the poor life of this small Salem. I actually love long-range Salems very much, especially if you have an ability to fit new rockets. They're not that long range, but they're really beautiful. Trust us.
Yeah, they're very maneuverable, I think, also.
Yeah, should be so. Oh, and a big pink Kcalb. Okay, I guess that's a favorite color of our tournament. Okay, let it be. But still, Die Hard makes a smart move by warping to its back.
Well, probably not the smartest move because fighters installed on the carrier can move just like rockets in all directions in a radius of the ship.
But I don't see fighters here actually.
I think they're on cooldown or something of similar nature.
One hangar is full, only one hangar. I believe he spent a lot to install modules.
Oh, I just wanted to show you this one frame of Dragon Inferno using the gravity module really successfully. Just look at this frontline regions doing just shooting sideways at Dragon Inferno's army while it destroys what's left of frontline attack. Timur is successfully picking away at larger ships from a distance. But Dragon Inferno is definitely aware of that threat and is very effectively destroying it with piercing cannons, which is a very dangerous thing for a dreadnought that has a lot of armor but maybe not that much of structure going on.
Yes, you should always think through all possibilities and have a more universal fleet to defend against most common tactics, I would say.
Yes, and I believe we have another victory for Die Hard 25.
So he moves to the next match, I guess.
Do we not have a best of 5?
We have best of 3.
Oh, just like the group stage?
Yes, just like the group stage, but we will have best of 5 for our 2 finalists.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you will see the whole match between our finalists, 2 finalists. And we see here frontline against Dragon Inferno. Dragon Inferno continues defend against frontline. And Frontline's attack wasn't really successful due to very clever use of modules by Dragon Inferno. That was definitely a good move. And now it just destroys the rest of his ships, while Frontline has just some of them staying somewhere on the middle point, I guess.
Yes, it looks like it will be another long match of Frontline amassing his forces and going for yet another attack. Meanwhile, and as the match is starting, ShalynnTheSergal against Kcalb on the square map.
Yes, and Shalynn starts to send his small scouts with stealth module to catch points, while Kcalb also spawns his ships and catches nearest points.
Looks like Frontline is on attack once again. Let's see how much of a success will this attack be, because those gravity modules seem to do a lot of discord.
Does he have actually this gravity module right now?
Yes,
Yay!
it definitely does.
That wasn't a gravity, that was a giant disruptor and a gravity module.
Oh.
2 in 1.
This proves to be a very good counter against Frontline.
You see, he's also ramming. That's a good idea for well-shielded ships. You can ram them, which deals damage to shields and structure, but doesn't really affect shield ships. And what we see here, he rams his ship with Kcalb, immediately breaking it into pieces. Oh,
Yes.
well, almost immediately.
It's a very interesting standoff because while Frontline definitely has the economy locked down, there isn't much he can do against a gravity module that destroys all of his tactics and all of his well-planned
Yeah,
attacks.
he could stand against it, but again, he should have used another formation. He has to put his ships not as close to each other. Uh, further, not to let dragoninferno hit it with any AOE model. So this way it could be successful.
Yes, but I believe if a squadron of ships such as this, which don't do a lot of damage, separated into groups, will suffer much from that. They really need to be in one tight pack to deal large damage per burst.
Still, they can be separated but attack one ship from different sets. That could be a little bit more complicated, yeah, I agree here. That's possible.
ShalynnTheSergal and Kcalb. Kcalb is hiding somewhere in the nebula on the left middle of the map. We see Kcalb's spy frigate hanging around near ShalynnTheSergal's.
Spies everywhere, and Shalyn destroys his point near the mothership.
Oh, Kcalb forgot one of the ships, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, it couldn't warp as it has a
Oh,
cooldown
yeah.
on warp, yeah.
You really need to look at the icons now because of the new warping restrictions we introduced in this test.
Yes, and you know, these restrictions we introduced were implemented based on feedback from previous tests and tournaments, of course.
Yes, it's not really fun to play against a rush tactic that you can't do anything against when your enemy is near your doorstep in two well-timed jumps and you're not ready for that kind of aggressive attack. Meanwhile, we see Frontline third attempt at
Yeah, and the third successful attack of this gravity model, but now it won't deal as much damage as it used to. So dragoninferno will take a lot of damage from these small regents, and he already got destroyed one of his ships, I believe.
Well, it looks at least like dragoninferno is realizing that he has a very good counter for Frontline tactic and is playing more aggressively and moving his main forces to the middle of the map instead of just waiting for another squadron near his mothership.
Still, he has to retreat to repair his ships.
Yeah.
He really takes a lot of damage, and he really should keep them and repair if he doesn't want to suffer some war point lost.
Kcalb is
Wait, stasis module. Ooh,
where is it?
where?
Oh,
Violet Thing is a stasis module.
yes, I don't believe I've seen it yet.
That's pretty rare. Victory!
Yet another
Kcalb,
successfully.
congratulations!
Congratulations, Kcalb. What else do we have going on? I believe dragoninferno and Frontline are the only one right now.
Yeah, they have a really long fight. Well, I can say Frontline actually makes long fights usually. And Kcalb is repairing very slowly, as it has a lot of armor and a lot of structure here, so it will take time to repair it. While T-zone is almost full and other ships feeling okay.
I think it will really turn the tide of battle if dragoninferno could just capture at least one of Frontline's points and rebuild it into a support station so he wouldn't be forced to retreat back to such long distances after each defeat or just not a very successful attack.
Yeah, and again this Regent pack. Will he fly again with his formation and make the same mistakes, I don't know, 3-4 times? That's not what you should actually do.
Yeah, I think at this point Frontline just has to improvise something to withstand against gravity modules, at least separate the fleet or force dragoninferno to use the ability modules early so the main forces wouldn't be as affected by it.
Yes, and as you can see, it's very important to scout the map to know enemy position, so you can know when you can stay close to a mothership, when you can go on assault. And this zone is really close to this frigate. Not that close to be seen still, but that's really dangerous.
Well, it's probably smarter to not really bother it, not because it couldn't take it, obviously, but because otherwise Frontline will be aware of dragoninferno spec ops operations right under his nose.
And what have I seen something like anti-missile system on this Aegis? Was that? Consider it now. Hopefully we'll see later.
Another match is just starting out. Kcalb against ShalynnTheSergal. Kcalb on the bottom of the map, ShalynnTheSergal on the top of the map. Both are just still starting out. Oh, for some reason dragoninferno is destroying his own ships, I guess to warp it in later at full health. I'm not sure it will be faster that way, but probably dragoninferno did the math.
Oh well, yeah. I think he knows what he does here. At least, okay, Frontline is moving in this formation again. What shall we see? Premier.
Oh, that's a new one.
Oh, you see, a directional shield on Premier is really small on the front, as it has an unusual form. So it's better to turn maybe the other side, or I don't know. It should have also small shields on other sides.
Maybe Frontline really should have waited to have two dreadnoughts and warp in Timur as well.
Oh!
Oh my god, this is something really bad happening right now. Look away from the screen if you're faint of heart, because dragoninferno just uses Frontline's regions as projectiles to hit Frontline's own dreadnoughts with. It's brutal.
I would say it haven't deal a lot of damage to this Premier, but really destroyed his regions.
Oh, phantom lasers actually have quite a cooldown, I've just noticed. That is a very unsuccessful EMP, real unsuccessful one. And that tiny shield looks adorable, and probably not, it wasn't probably a good idea to put a tiny shield on a giant ship. Well, that Premier so far is holding up pretty well. Yeah. Considering it's really outgunned and outnumbered by dragoninferno's forces.
You see, they're shooting into his directional shield and it's taking 4 times less damage, which is really important in this situation. They actually can't just take away his shields. See? It still has some shields.
Yes, and we see dragoninferno finally has that Kcalb he destroyed himself. Now Frontline is down to just one Premier, I think. dragoninferno is moving in on the defensive position on the left. Frontline is retreating probably. Oh no, he's just repositioning himself.
No, he's trying to retreat. Will he be able to do this? He has some shields left to defend against these piercing cannons. So a chance, yes. His engines are online. Oh no. He just got all engines destroyed.
He's immobilized in just a sitting duck for all of Dragon Inferno's weaponry. It still has a ship warp jump. Will it actually use it? Use it now while you still have time. Well,
Yay,
probably
use
Frontline is doing the same
Oh,
thing.
he's relocating his shield. Yeah. Directional shield. He's relocated, and a jump.
Maybe the Frontline is doing the same thing the Dragon Inferno was doing with the Kcalb, which is it lets his ship get destroyed to warping at a later time. And Frontline definitely can afford that, seeing how he still controls most of the control points.
Yeah, he has 40 points income and 6,000 power points he just used for a ship. Which one? We would love to see that. While Dragon Inferno is repositioning his T-zone, which is closer and closer to a small frigate in Nebula.
Meanwhile, a battle I don't believe we've seen yet, sheepnator and Frank V. Just starting out on a square map, sheepnator destroys Frank V's small forces.
Yeah, with the CQC lasers, these beautiful, I don't know, pink lasers.
I would say they're... Well, let's have a look. I would say they're more of a reddish.
Maybe, but still I love them.
Yeah, they're very powerful in exact situations such as this, when your enemy decides to get all close and personal with you, which is not a good idea. I know you're playing Vanguard, but Cortana is a very light ship for Vanguard, which probably means it's not the best idea to ram.
But see, it actually achieved to destroy these ships.
Yeah, well, I'll put my money where my mouth is, I suppose.
Yeah. CQC lasers, although they deal a lot of damage in a really close range. Really close range means the range is like these Solomons and Cortanas have. So you see that's very close. Also, they take a lot of capacity. And as you can see, some weapons are destroyed on this Solomon, and it's getting destroyed also while he's trying to panically repair using support station. But no way it can work here.
Yeah, it's a lost battle for Kcalb. We see sheepnator and Frank Wee. Sheepnator just did a very successful attack against the middle point defenses of Frank V. We see some Timur on Timur battle. I wonder who's going to win this one. I'm betting all my money on Timur.
Okay, C1 Timur is already damaged.
Some modification of... Oh, they actually both have the same setup, I believe.
Maybe medium pulse lasers or so, if I remember this effect right. Oh, large pulse lasers, just any sort of pulse lasers.
It's definitely large lasers, I think, at least for sheepnator.
Pulse large laser, you can see destroyed here.
Oh, we see some Timur mating ritual right now, I'm pretty sure. It's sheepnator surprisingly didn't even notice this battle against a ship of its own class and the same weapons.
These nice wrecks. I love them.
Yes.
They're just flying away so beautifully.
Yeah. We actually have what we've just seen right now is we have a function where you can make your camera follow one specific ship, which is not something you see a lot of, and it's very surprising when you...
Well, yes, that's not really convenient for you. in many cases, because you have to constantly look at different places on your battlefield. It's
Oh.
really huge.
Yeah, definitely is. But it is pretty cinematic, especially if you're following something like a huge dreadnought making its way towards
Yeah.
enemy base.
I actually would love to see Timor with a huge disintegration ray. It looks so awesome. You should see it in the game, guys, later. Make sure you see it.
Meanwhile, we see what is it? Is it fourth or fifth attempt of frontline to use the
Not
same
for
tactic?
fifth or sixth attempt.
Oh, it's just painful. This is just unresponsible, I think.
Why?
So many lives lost in this battle.
Maybe he just doesn't have any other ships in his fleet except of this Regis and Timur. But in this case, it would be really bad for him to don't prepare another tactics.
Well, yeah, but it is impressive that Frontline managed to go to the final stage of our tournament while not using much of anything else. Sheepnator surprisingly won. An attack on a mothership that I didn't actually thought would be very successful turned out to be really well executed. Kcalb and ShalynnTheSergal. Another.
Oh, Shalynn is taking another successful assault, I see here. Whoa, and Kcalb is missing a lot of war points while Shalynn has already 11,000 war points.
You can't really do much against infamous Phantom Muramasa. You would really need to take a lot of energy weapons to take down that much armor, and while you're doing it,
Yeah, I would prefer some sort of piercing cannons also. It also works, because you can ignore the biggest part of its armor, go straight to structure, and disable some weapons maybe. Yeah, that's a victory.
yes, ShalynnTheSergal, congratulations.
Congratulations! Wow, that's a surprise for this tournament.
Oh, and we see Frontlines Timur retreating yet again, just like Premier did just a few minutes ago.
Okay, that was so cinematic again.
Oh, thank you for giving us such a great angles to show on this stream.
And
Frontline isn't really the one to learn from their mistakes, I guess.
Yeah, but I don't actually know why dragoninferno can't have another ship with warp module and just take away a couple points behind frontline. That would be a nice move here. But still, I see as that dragoninferno doesn't have that much ships now, but still more than frontline. And their income is very, very different. Still, he manages to survive for a long time using his gravity weapon and in giant disabler, which together work really well. Oh, what was a really bad shot, I guess.
Well, maybe he was hoping Frontline will move forward and get just in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
But that was
I'm
two
having deja vu now.
impulses, three impulses.
Good lord.
Okay, but that wasn't that effective this time, I think.
You know, when we first introduced these modules, I don't think anyone really believed that gravitational push would be very useful for any kind of situations.
I would disagree. When we first showed this module, the guys said that that was a lot overpowered. Do you remember these crazy impulses?
Well, actually no, but I do remember gravity pool which just collided everything on the map into one single point, and everyone
Yeah.
was like, well, that is definitely better than just pushing people away, every ship away.
Well, but that costs a lot and takes a lot of place. Oh,
Wow, Frontline is actually successful. Thank God. Well, I guess if you don't succeed the first 5 times, the sixth time is a charm.
or seventh, or eighth, or just
Who counts anymore?
yeah, that's okay.
Okay, no current matches are going on right now. We should probably see.
See our chat.
Yep.
Maybe any questions, thoughts.
We should see the battle of ShalynnTheSergal and DieHard25 pretty soon. Okay, any questions from chat?
I guess they asked all the questions yesterday, or asked it on the forums. So I really got a lot of questions during this test, and that's actually nice. I'm also looking forward for your huge long feedback posts after these tests on forum or in feedback channel in Discord. Don't forget about this channel also. Okay.
Do we have actually any battles that are... Oh no, we still have some for round 1. We're not in semifinals yet, correct?
Correct, I see. We should have a couple sets. Maybe they're taking 5 minutes to rebuild fleets. They are very close to the semi-finals, so they need to think through their tactics. Maybe change something. Frontline.
Not pointing any fingers, but Frontline, if you're hearing us, maybe
add in
just a
some
thought.
other ships. Although using a tactic you can come up with is a good idea, I think. Yeah. I miss my deprived long-range tactics. Really miss it. It was Solomon's, I believe, with long-range lasers, just destroying everything from a very long range. But they were so, glass cannons. So I remember everybody just got close to them, rammed them, and it was very sad. Just remembering some, moments from our dev practice and testing certain builds and ships.
What I miss the most is heavily fleet builds that rely on small ships, just the swarms of small ships.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my favorite tactic so far, and it used to be really successful when we didn't have collision physics yet, so you could just fly through things, that think that aren't asteroids, of course. But I do believe fleet builds like this can make a comeback, because we might be doing some balance changes about them. And
not only balance changes, but improve pathfinding further, I guess. Some maybe movement improvements. That's a really complex part of the game, I would say.
Yeah, well, the pathfinding changes we do now, actually, for small ships see the most improvement, because they have the maneuverability and speed by default to actually perform all the maneuvers and just all of the actions that prevent them from colliding with each other. So it's really beautiful to look at. So we have our first semi-finals match, DieHard25 and ShalynnTheSergal.
Okay, really good guys with powerful tactics, some thought-through maneuvers, and it's going to be something interesting either. Will they take this middle point? And I think this T-Zona is going to go into Nebula above here on the right and warp some fleet in here.
Meanwhile, another match happening. Sheepnator against Frank V.
Yeah,
Wait, hold on.
they should have.
Frank V.
Yeah, that's ironix, the one.
Oh,
The third group, yeah.
I was wondering about that. So it's the second match of Sheepnator against ironix, which is also Frank V.
Yep, you remember in our game you can have both a character name and an account name, so sometimes you can mix it up, yeah, sort of. And the battle has just started, and Die Hard already destroyed the central point. Is he going to actually take it right now?
Well, probably Die Hard 25 is repositioning himself really cleverly, going in the nebula and attacking ShalynnTheSergal's Aegis from the back.
But he didn't knew about other ships in Nebula.
Well, yes, but that one Cortana will still won't do much against 3 ships, 2 of which same class and 1 of which is just so much of it.
It's really so fast and maneuverable here.
Oh, but we see ShalynnTheSergal has a battleship of their own and installed, yes, with a warp hammer.
Yeah, as I said, it moved to this nebula on the right, and right now just attacking Die Hard ships from the back, which is a really good positioning on the map, I would say, in this case. Okay, so Die Hard has to retreat, and he has just spent 1000 war points for nothing, I would say.
Well, I guess 1 Cortana was all ShalynnTheSergal needed to push away that attack. Oh, we have a Sheepnator victory just now, which we against Frank V, which is also ironix, I suppose. We missed something very important, I guess.
Yes, but it looks like he moves to the semifinals, so congrats.
Congratulations on that. We see ShalynnTheSergal getting maybe too comfortable with the victory and falling victim of Die Hard 25's overwhelming forces.
So Die Hard is making decoy in Nebula? Why?
I'm not really sure. Die Hard 25 use of decoy module has really been mysterious, I suppose.
So we can never know what he wants to have here. And I should mention that Die Hard uses a EMP blaster spread cannon to take away shields.
Meanwhile, we see Frontline doing something that is all too familiar for us now, which is a fleet of mostly only regions. It's probably, I'm not sure it's even, I think it's a even worse tactic than it is on the previous map, just because of how wide it is. But regions do have a lot of speed on their side. They're very mobile, so we'll see how it plays out. Dragoninferno is conquering the bottom side points near Frontline's mothership. I wonder what Dragoninferno will use them for. Well, he definitely has a chance to build something right now, but he's not really using it. Probably saving up for something later. Frontline moving in to destroy Dragoninferno's side points.
And you see these regions.
Yes, I've just that about them. How it's well, if you do one thing well, you just keep doing it.
And I should mention he's fighting against previous champion of the tournament, dragoninferno. So it can be really tough to use these tactics against him.
Yes, and I think this tactic is starting to grow on me definitely, because I myself often use just one novelty tactic, just one novelty deck sort of. Just that might not be effective, but it looks really cool and I'm comfortable with it. So I just use it over and over again despite the clearly arguments for not using it.
Oh, and the great cannon from Mothership
Yeah.
didn't do a lot here.
Well, it did scare away Dragon Inferno's attack squad, so I'd say it was pretty successful. Even though Dragon Inferno is still at full health with both of the attacking ships.
Yeah,
Well,
he's back again.
yeah, I suppose he couldn't have done much against 5 regions, so it's probably for the best.
So the point on the right is still untaken, and this regent has just blown away Dragon Infernos, Kcalb. Oh, these Kcalbs.
Yes. We see Die Hard 25, ShalynnTheSergal. It seems like ShalynnTheSergal is also actually using a very similar tactic to Frontline, which is just
But
heavily relying
that
on...
wasn't really that careful attack.
Well, maybe it was a distraction of sorts. Well, I'm not sure what the point of it is. Die Hard 25 clearly has... well, it actually accidentally revealed the scout frigate, so I'm not sure what the point of this is. This is just to harass the enemy, I'm not sure. That I guess is with all too familiar. Phantom lasers will chase away. Oh, no, we see Premier spawning in. Well, actually, where did it come from? Does Skullstar have a warp homer? How did this happen exactly?
How?
I'm not sure where did this Premier came from. Well, maybe I missed something important.
Can't say either. So, Shalynn has more war points. Oh no. Yes, Shalynn has a bigger fleet, a little bit bigger for now, and this Skullstar is going to get destroyed. Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, here we see probably is a mirror version of Frontline's tactic, which is just a lot of fast battle cruisers with phantom lasers, but this time it's Cortanas instead of regions, which proves to be just as successful for Shalynn as it is for Frontline.
And giant boost model on Premier, but it doesn't work really well for such a huge ship. Maybe just to help your aim, but not to escape.
That EMP module didn't do much of a chip in ShalynnTheSergal's shields. You really need to at least 2 or 3 to take down that many shields. And that was a very predictable outcome, I'm afraid. Oh, it's just basking in the glory of a destroyed enemy.
Poor Premier.
Yeah, that was just unnecessary brutal, I think. Die Hard 25 is making some half-hearted attempts to take down the middle point with nothing but a Skullstar and a small frigate ship. Hope, I think. Yes, it's definitely Hope. Well, I don't think this point is actually all that protected, so Die Hard may be successful.
Yeah, he can really be successful here, but Shalynn had a chance. Still,
wow, that small Ensile actually has a ship warp module.
Yes,
I'm surprised by that.
Certain frigates have engineering bay for such big models. Actually, they are not that big, but they take the whole engineering bay of a frigate, engineering frigate.
Yeah, I still can get used to that because it used to be that frigates are just very expendable small ships that do nothing but shoot at large targets. But now you can, well, usually it's just one or mostly two.
Oh, what?
Oh.
Okay. Shalynn just wanted to warp in
Oh.
his ships to Diehard's mothership and warp into Inference, did his work, and now all Shalynn's ships are across the map doing nothing, just
Wow.
got lost somewhere.
That is amazing. The timing of that anti-warp module on Die Hard was exceptional. Now ShalynnTheSergal's forces are scattered all across the map, and it will take so much time to pull them all back together. Meanwhile, Die Hard 25 is not using this to take control of some of Shalynn's points.
Oh, Muramasa, our favorite ship here.
I'm not sure it will be able to do the job without the help of some of other support ships, but we'll see how that pans out. We can even see that Muramasa has more of pretty much everything that the mothership has. Definitely more armor, but maybe slightly less structure going on for it. It has. Oh, it's actually Regent is selected. Yes, for a minute I saw that the Muramasa also somehow had a anti-warping technology installed, but no. Here we see ShalynnTheSergal's scattered battle cruisers are finally getting in one tighter formation.
Is Shalynn actually going to defeat Die Hard? That's something interesting.
Die Hard is doing some strange things.
Why he rammed mothership with a frigate?
I'm not sure. I guess he was just really angry. Sometimes you're so angry that you
No.
throw a frigate at someone.
I would do this.
Yeah, and we see a very familiar thing going on with Frontline and dragoninferno. Red is overtaking the blue.
Yeah, just as in previous battle, I guess.
Yes, but Frontline does have a smaller amount of regions ready to go to maybe stop this attack, but the formation on this defense is not very good. Meanwhile, ShalynnTheSergal, once again, proved to be victorious.
Yes, and coming here, I should say that someone got interference module here, so dragoninferno warped his dreadnought really far away from this mothership, while he could have destroyed him during this attack, and now he really has some problems. But will he have not damage? Will he?
I think it's lost.
Almost.
Oh, that might actually be
A ram attempt?
if only. What is
Only.
happening? dragoninferno
Why
has
his
a
army
little
is
bit
not
of warp points to
moving?
maybe use a warp homer. No.
dragoninferno
come
has a
on.
dreadnought actually.
Where? It doesn't matter
It
now.
was on the map on the left, and it was warped through warp interference.
Yeah, well.
Unfortunately for dragoninferno.
Well, no any current matches happening right now.
Guys say we look very tired.
Well, we're definitely not looking. I don't know.
Oh, we are very okay, don't worry.
Well, I can say for everyone, but I did get a good night's sleep today after the.
You're
No.
like a guy I
Well.
didn't have. I will try to look better, guys. Okay.
We're trying
Sorry.
we're trying to take care of ourselves and not to push ourselves too hard, which is why we're doing this the second part of the tournament 4 years earlier than yesterday, which is 10 p.m. for us and not 2 a.m. So it's a little bit easier on us.
Yeah, that's a lot better. And still, it's very fun and interesting for us to watch these tournaments, and we are happy to have this tournament. So, we have semi-finalists.
Yes, it's Die 25, ShalynnTheSergal, sheepnator, and frontline. Wait, hold on. Dragoninferno didn't actually win.
Yeah, frontline won.
I did a double take just there because I thought, well, Dragoninferno is in this tournament.
But
well,
wait,
obviously
last time he was in the finals, he was a champion.
Yes.
So,
Congratulations, frontlines. Your regions, they did something that not any of the ships or fleets could do the previous tournament.
What's happened to the video?
What?
Antios.
No video? What is going on exactly? I'm not sure. Video is happening. We have green light going on.
He's having a black screen.
We have a live feed going on. Nothing is really...
Maybe something happened to his connection. Oh.
I'm not sure. Well, sheepnator definitely doesn't have a black screen, neither do we. So maybe it's on your side, Antaeus, unfortunately.
Yeah, just reload the page, it should be fine for you.
Oh, reloading helped.
Yeah, great.
Problem avoided.
Yes, that's great when you can fix a problem really fast. So, we are waiting for another semi-final battles, and guys are now getting ready their fleets, adjusting their tactics for new opponents. Remember that they have an unlimited amount of ships in their fleets prepared, but they are not able to warp in all the ships, as each ship requires warp points and consumes some warp point income. They really need to think through which ship and when they want to warp into the battlefield.
Yeah, so it's not really a cure-all tactic that always pans out. I think even this tournament, we've seen a lot of rush attacks that didn't go nearly as well.
Yeah, what I think guys learned a lot from the previous tournament, the previous test, which was, I believe, a character test, yeah?
Yes.
So they had a chance to look through all videos, through all live streams, see what other guys do, think through their own tactics, and think how they should defend against these tactics. Still, we saw a lot of different matches from previous ones, I mean Winter Cup.
Yeah.
Really different.
I think it was a little bit more diverse, but not by much. I think maybe the first tournament was really just people trying things out and seeing what works, what doesn't. As much as we've really refined and introduced new elements to the game, the core is still there, so maybe some of the tactics just more successful than others. So, yeah.
But I definitely see a lot more modules during this tournament, which is really great. Especially I'm happy to see kinetic wall.
Yeah, I am very...
And gravity ones.
Yes, gravity modules are just amazing. I'm still yet to see someone use a gravity pull, I think. I would really like to see that one, especially against frontline, because he needs to be stopped. He defeated a reigning champion with just a few meekly battle cruisers that aren't even all that great.
Regents, you can get regents as a starting fleet in our MMO mode. Starting, really.
Yeah. Well, what do we have here? We have Diehard 25 and ShalynnTheSergal battling in the semi-finals.
Yes,
Uh,
and that's the second battle.
I believe if ShalynnTheSergal wins this one, they win the semi-finals and go to the finals. But Diehard 25 still can turn the tide of this and go to finals himself.
So, Shalyn is a little bit late in taking central points, I think. As Diehard uses a module to increase ship speed and get to it faster. Still, as he wants to capture Shaylyn's point, he gets not that fast to it. But wait, Shaylyn is going to the point on the right, and Diehard achieves to build a warp point here. Now he needs to defeat these ships. Okay, already warp interference show Diehard will have only one Skullstar here fighting against 3 ships. That's not that fun, but he's hiding against his own warp point to defend his regent. And he has a chance to destroy at least one ship of Shalyn, which will be really good. And if he destroys the small frigate, he may get backed for war points or go to a fair exchange.
Well, the Skullstar took down at least 2 of them. We see another Skullstar of Diehard 25 moving in from the bottom, doing the same thing the previous Skullstar was doing. And he comes to finish the job. We see a Sunrise warping in, using the now absent warp interference field. Cortana is probably not going to do much about such a huge ship, so...
Oh, it's maneuvers. Oh no, stop maneuvering. Okay, and Giant Disruptor is in action, so he's not able to move his ship.
Well, I think that Talaria has 2 EMP modules, because I've just seen it use 2 EMP modules in a row, which is a pretty good damage to shields for a small frigate. I'm not sure it has any other weapons installed, but it's still an interesting build for a frigate, I think.
So, Diehard gets a small hope ship with CQC lasers to destroy Shaylyn's ships, while Shaylyn is taking points on the right and on the left of this map. Still, I don't believe this Tizona will live for a long time, unless it hides well in a nebula. Oh no, it has all the ship's shields taken away, and now it will be easier to break it away. Wait, maneuvers!
That hope is surprisingly powerful. It has so many armor, and just those CQC lasers are devastating.
It's really slow. Well, I would compare it to one of the heaviest frigates right now.
Well, a heaviest frigate is still going to outmaneuver a small battlecruiser, I suppose. So
yeah. Okay.
We have another match starting out: Frontline and Sheepnator.
And regents,
Oh wow! Who would have thought?
Okay, and have Justin a health score from sheepnator. Not really that popular frigate, as it's a really heavy assault frigate and very situational, I would say. Still can be used, as you see, in certain situations.
Yes, that Cortana is trying to ram what's left of Diehard's Sunrise unsuccessfully, unfortunately.
But this sunrise is really taking a lot of damage. Did he retreat or just going to take... Yeah, he's going to take away this point. Ah, wait. Always use your models carefully, cause you can hit your own ships.
Oh,
Oh, and this Cortana finally destroyed this sunrise. And it has good chances to destroy something else.
yes, that hope, as powerful as it is, doesn't have a lot of shields, and those phantom lasers are going right through all of that armor. Which isn't
Yeah.
ideal for Die Hard right now. Even a small battle cruiser such as this can do a lot of damage to an entire fleet.
Yeah, and you can see that these rockets can deal damage, but they are not that good on that close distance. You see, it just flies around the ships and explodes nearby, still dealing some damage, but not doing that good you wanted it to do. So, Die Hard is coming to the right point of Shalynn, and Shalynn really doesn't have a lot of ships on the battlefield, so Die Hard has a little of power points in his pocket and can perform certain tactical moves, actions.
Yes, we see Frontline and Sheepnator. Sheepnator is battling Frontline for the point closest to Frontline's mothership. I believe I've just seen a different ship from Frontline, and it's Arco, our only cruiser, I believe, right now.
Was it? Yes, our only cruiser for Eclipse faction, and which is cruiser. It's a long range Arco cruiser. Well, actually, you can lose long range cruisers for a close range if you want to.
It doesn't have any modules, it's just a few medium, generic lasers installed. It's a pulse laser,
Pulse
so it's
laser.
something interesting at least.
Yeah, it's a really close distance, as I remember. Something about 3,000 and a half.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as drastic of a change in Frontline's style of play, but it's something.
Ramin. No, not Ramin.
Maybe.
I would suppose he ramped it long before. Well, not Arco. Not Arco. Don't listen to me, guys. In any ways.
Yeah, I bet Frontline is thinking right now, I knew I shouldn't have done that Arco. It messed up my whole flow of the game. I should have just made another regent.
Yeah. But you see, he has this point for him. Still, while Sheepnator is preparing his Cortana attack. But
For some reason, the Frontline is sacrificing a scout.
Maybe he didn't know and just sent it to the other side.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't pay enough attention.
Will we? Yeah, they will.
Yeah, it's an interesting. It seems like small squadrons of battle cruisers with lasers is a popular build this season. As just we see Cortanas against regents in very tight formation, taking each other apart from very close distances. CQC against Phantom. Who wins? Probably Phantoms.
Well, but frontline ships have a lot of shields you should take away before you do anything else. Before you start destroying it with, cannons, with lasers, just with anything. So, he still has his T-Zona with Warp Honor, Sheepnator, and he tries to get inside the nebula and warp his fleet. But I guess Frontline is somehow aware of it as he saw this Tizona flying just by.
Meanwhile, diehard25 looks like does a final blow to ShalynnTheSergal. He got a
Yeah.
very powerful economic advantage and he used it pretty greatly.
So 1-1. Who wins the next match?
It's hard to root for anyone. I kind of like both of these
Oh,
players.
I've just saw some nice Tizonas.
Let's pretend none of us saw that. Oh, we see a familiar tactic. Sheepnator's Tizona with a warp homer is taking position behind enemy mothership and is ready for the final, what could be a final attack.
Yeah.
Frontline regions are pretty mobile, so they'll probably gather in time. But who knows?
But why this ship is flying away? But these regions didn't find actually this T-zona, and this T-zona choosing its position really carefully, not right behind the mothership, which is very obvious, and just somewhere on the right. And let's see, does sheepnator has a lot of power points? Well, not as much, just 8,500, while Frontline has 12,000 cost for these regions and a couple scout ships. But he has a lower income definitely, as he has more ships, still while having the same amount of control points.
I believe I've just seen that Frontline has a ship warp module on one of the regions. Is that new or was that there the whole time? I'm not sure.
Oh, I believe he has a lot of different regions as you... okay, you can build 5 regions of one modification. 5 battle cruisers of one modification for the ranked mode.
Oh, I see.
As far as I remember, of course.
Maybe Frontline has a really wide and complex variety of regions, and we're just sitting here saying, "Oh, he's doing his regions again. How boring!" And he has one with fleet warp. He has one with phantom lasers, and one with he's actually got some EMP modules going on.
4 equal regions with the EMP models and one the fleet warp module to move these regions to the position.
While Frontline is distracted and is far away from the mothership, it's probably a good idea for sheepnator to execute his attack right now, if that's possible. No, I'm not sure he's aware that Frontline is moving in. He's hiding.
But in seconds he will see this.
Yes, and
that's beautiful.
That is very devastating. And
he's warping in.
Sheepnator finally sees it. The Frontline's forces far away, and spawn in a Muramasa with CQC lasers. Wow, and also a dreadnought with those are just spread blaster cannons. Probably a good choice for stationary large targets.
I remember you used the same tactics a long ago, and that was really powerful. Well, he also uses a warp interference ship, so Frontline just can't get back that fast to defend against this attack.
Yes, congratulations, Sheepnator. You really took control of that battle and executed your plan perfectly. Props for that. ShalynnTheSergal is starting what will be the final match of the semifinals, so we'll see who will go to finals among them. They're just starting out. diehard25 is conquering the middle point.
Okay.
ShalynnTheSergal is trying to
To do something?
I'm not sure.
I think he wanted to take this point with his frigates and really didn't have a lot of control of these ships here while getting his T-Zona into position.
Yeah, those phantom lasers are devastating for frigates because they'll probably take the engines among the first things, so the entire ship loses control and flies away into the distance, not being able to really do anything.
Yeah, this scout ship definitely can't do anything except of, scouting, actually, and taking points and stuff. So the guys here are preparing their attacks, and sadly Die Hard didn't have a point on the right of his mothership. He has a frigate which is going to take it, but he's going to get a surprise. A T-Zona surprise with a warp homer. Yep, and he will ram right into it.
There's no courtesy amongst cloaked ships.
So, Die Hard is warping behind his mothership. Not a really that great attack.
Yeah, the mothership still has the mothership cannon.
Wow, you see, a lot of shields was taken down in seconds. A lot, really, almost the whole mothership shield.
Let's see if that will be enough. Just 3 ships to take down the entire mothership. Oh,
4 ships?
No, it's just a decoy, I think.
Yeah, decoy. I see
once
here.
again,
He fooled me. Die Hard, he fooled me.
The trademark mysterious use of decoy module by Die Hard 25.
Yes,
ShalynnTheSergal is just trying to push the ships away in hopes that something will happen out of it.
Yes, something happens. Die Hard trying to reposition his ships, but it's really close to.
Oh, we have another EMP module that.
Will it fire? Another one with phantom lasers. Yes or no?
Oh my god, it's so. The warp jump module
Wait, he's
is
repairing.
offline.
He's repairing with the drone? No?
No, I'm not sure.
No, that was a drone repairing the mothership.
Come on! Oh my god!
Oh, how much structure? 40 structure, believe or not.
It
40
was just
structure.
one shot away. We just hear a roar of laughter and clapping from behind us where the match is being spectated, and we can see why that was a really close one.
Yeah, so close. And see, it's now regenerating, and Die Hard really doesn't have a lot here, while Shalynn can have an attack here.
Well,
Still, Die Hard's going to prepare something, I see. Will he try to finish this mothership very fast?
I'm not sure. Die Hard 25 definitely proved that taking down the entire mothership with nothing but 3 ships with phantom lasers is very, very real. So he'll probably do something to that effect just in a few minutes when he regains some of his lost ships.
But I believe Shalynn should see his ships as he came out of Nebula. And yes, it's warping to Die Hard's mothership, and on the contrary. So this battle looks like a real mothership siege attack, and Die Hard won't have such power.
Yeah, it's really good for Shalynn to take the lead in this situation and not wait for yet another attack by Die Hard. He's trying to do the same thing, but it's just 2 ships, and none of them, I believe, have even phantom lasers, just blaster cannons, so...
But he's trying to get on the mothership shields, see?
Yes, but it's semi-successful, I think. Still, the Phantom Warmaza has way more phantom lasers than Die Hard. both ships have definitely. He's trying to fight on two fronts, taking down the attack and trying to do the same thing.
So both our champions are going to be defeated this time?
No, I'm not sure a tie is possible. No, definitely Die Hard 25 is going to lose. Yes.
But congratulations, Shalynn.
Yes, ShalynnTheSergal is our first finalist of Halloween Cup 2017. Congratulations. Die Hard 25, that was a really wonderful play, but 40 structure, it's
40,
yes.
just
One shot and it would have been game over and we would have had a different finalist.
I saw a lot of tournaments of different games which had pretty the same situation, with even sometimes 1 point, and it's always so, intriguing and at the same time disappointing, because you expected actually someone to win already and these points just remain there. And why, guys? Don't do this, please. Finish off motherships when you should finish them off.
And the infamous attack of Die Hard 25 is just starting out on the stream, so we'll probably see a lot of messages in chat in just about now.
Yes, let's see what our guys will write here. But I think they're also writing a lot in the Discord channels.
Yeah, we have to turn off Discord on this machine to not have a lot of notification pop up and not take up network. So we can't see Discord right now, but we'll answer all of your questions if you have any there.
Yes, you can write them down in this chat on Twitch, and we will see them this time, I guess. So we are waiting for another matches to start.
Yeah, and we have a wonderful question from XParTW. And what is this wonderful game? XParTW, it's Starfall Tactics, and you are a 3D artist on it. Don't play coy. You know what you are, you know what this game is.
I'm not really sure he played much. Oh wait, he was in the end of the list of active test participants, by the way. So Xpari definitely know what this game is about.
Yeah, he's working on it. Die Hard wins. Whoop. Yes.
No.
The chat finally caught up to it.
Yay.
40 out of 4,000.
I think this historical moment. We should make a GIF and post it.
Yeah,
in the mornings for Die Hard.
We'll make a little clip of it on Twitch and just.
I just should remind you that last time Die Hard lost to dragoninferno due to some small mistake he made, I remember. He didn't notice ships. Also, I guess, when he was initiating a fleet warp, so he had his fleet warp module on cooldown, and that was really sad for him.
So I guess Die Hard 25 just can't catch a break. It's just one bad luck, case of bad luck after another. Well, maybe the third time you'll make it.
The third time is magic, you know. And looks like we're having another battle. So
what it is? It is sheepnator and frontline.
They're just starting it out, so they're going to warp in the scouting ships or regents.
Oh, there we have already the familiar fleet right from the bat. All of them equipped with EMP modules, which I believe are new. Sheepnator right now has 1 point, frontline 0. So if Sheepnator wins this one, he goes to finals. If frontline wins, he still has a chance to go to the finals himself.
Yes, so as far as I remember, both Frontline and sheepnator participated in the previous tournament. So these guys should really know what they do here. And what we see here, sheepnator didn't warp a lot of ships. He saves his warp point income and doing some maneuvers close to enemy mothership. Is he trying to scout or maybe preparing a stealth assault? Well, Frontline is definitely going to scan through this nebula, but didn't get anyone. And going to the point down.
Meanwhile, Sheepnator is taking points right near Frontline's mothership on the right, but has it quite. I'm not sure. Oh, that wasn't successful according to the minimap.
Yeah.
Sheepnator is moving in on the Frontline's left bottom point. This one battle station will probably not be able to do much of a damage. It only has some plasma weaponry, and it will take some time for Sheepnator to move some ships over there.
Yeah, and it have just destroyed a lot of models of this control point and blew it away in a second, literally. So, Arco! Wow, Arco! I love this Arco!
Yeah, he's just doing its thing.
But actually, Arcos have a modification which has a lot of lasers installed in it. Why didn't he try to use this one? I guess it appeared to be more expensive or so.
Oh, from what I'm seeing of this Arco so far, it seems like Frontline just needed one semi-heavy ship to chase down small frigates like this one and not let them take any side points of his.
Yeah, that's a really good decision to have one defender in your fleet which flies from one point to another and takes away these annoying small ships. Really annoying small ships.
Yeah, well, that only works if your opponent goes for small capture frigates and doesn't warp in 3 battleships.
When you go into battles like this, you should always be ready not only to think through your opponent's tactics, but to be able to change your tactics to adjust it. As you see, Frontline already got a counter for sheepnator's scouts, so
Yeah, and I'm already seeing yet another modification of Regent, which has a spy drone installed.
whoa, what a surprise!
Yes, it's oh, and this one has a nebula generator. It does seem like we're underestimating Frontline's tactics.
Wait, that's sheepnator's regents.
Are they? Oh, oh,
Yay!
I've been conditioned to see Regents and just say, oh, that's obviously Frontline.
So each time you see regions in the game, you imagine it's a frontline?
Yeah, I just assume it's Frontline and run away as fast as possible, probably.
So,
And these are definitely front lines, so just the usual setup of uh, EMP blasts and fleet warp.
well, while Shipnator only has 2 regions, Frontline has 5 regions, and I believe 5 regions is definitely better than 2 regions.
Yes,
It's obvious.
we are commentating on. Our commentating style is based on basic algebra and counting methods. Yes, 2 is bigger than 5. Well, I think Sheepnator uses regions just as sort of a support squad that hides somewhere in the nebula and does its thing. It only has a few CQC lasers, so probably not Sheepnator's heavy hitting squadron.
Okay, we see now that sheepnator is saving some war points and it has almost the same income as the frontline, while frontline actually has more points, more control points under his control, but more ships under his control. I would wait until he gets more war points and then warp his ships, but well, that's his decision. I believe he knows everything he should know.
Frontline is moving his forces to where? Oh, just to defend a side point from.
Regions,
Yes.
regions against two regions.
It's regions all the way down.
No, guy, you can't go into regions versus 6 regions.
Oh,
sorry.
They are very menacingly turning around. Well, hopefully it will
No.
at least force him to spend another 1,000 war points.
Yay! But sheepnator really spent 2 of his ships. I don't know how much one region can cost here, but still that's not good. Oh, okay, a Skullstar with a Warp Homer. So where's he going here?
I wonder what's the advantage of using a warp homer against using a fleet warp module. It's obviously both of them are very heavily situational, but just they do very similar things.
Well, you can hide a warp homer ship in a nebula somewhere and warp all of the rest ships in one moment to this, saving some, warp point income for a certain time.
Oh yeah.
Instead of warping them all with time. So still, that's really a question to discuss.
Well, we'll see what pans out best for our contestants, as they both use them. Oh, we see Arco doing what Arco does best, just
Dying.
ramming.
So,
Oh, that is just a very aggressive Arco that rams everything it sees.
But when you see that enemy ship has more armor, it's better to retreat, really.
Yes, just
it's more heavier.
Yes, as a common rule.
Oh, and now sheepnator ships were discovered by frontline squad of regions, and they're going to be blown away. Oh, he's blown away his tactics, I guess.
Yes.
That's a real disappointment for a sheepnator.
Yeah, those CMP modules, really everything that Frontline was missing in his tactic, just something to take away the shields and let the phantom lasers do the rest.
Yeah, sadly. Oh, you see, these ships get different engines. Oh, Green Timur.
I haven't seen that one in quite a while.
Long range Timur modification, as you see. Which beams it uses?
I believe some of the long pulse large laser. Here we go.
Yeah, big laser for middle distances.
And a lot of armor to back it up. We see Frontline is everyone is just taking down each other's points, slowly moving away. We see a Skullstar, and actually Frontline is doing an attack against Shipnators. Mothership takes down an enormous amounts of shields in just one go. That could be potentially really dangerous. I'm not sure if phantom lasers outrange the lasers of the mothership, but
they have to outrange if they are bigger in size.
That is a really dangerous situation, and sheepnator will probably won't be
Yeah,
able to do anything about
he
this.
will get his mothership destroyed in a while unless he does anything. He's trying to make an assault, but it's not that fast. Not that fast.
Yes. Well, congratulations, frontline. And now it will be the third match
Yeah.
that will decide the fate of the finalist.
Yes, we
Who-
really have some interesting matches between our semi-finalists. So I suppose we will take a short break to adjust their fleets, as it is allowed by our tournament rules. You can take some, about 5 minutes to fix it up quickly. Why not? So ShalynnTheSergal is currently waiting for its opponent, who is going to be sheepnator or frontline. Oh, by the way, our chat. Hahaha. So many emotions about diehards leaving this ship undestroyed.
Yes, don't actually throw your keyboard out from the table. We can be liable for any damage you do to your keyboard or your mouse while playing or watching Starfall Tactics. Just as a legal
So take
side
care,
note.
please.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe it would be good to boost Mothership. By my opinion, Mothership is very weak. Well, did it used to be more?
It used to be even weaker actually, I
Oh.
guess, and we already boosted it at least once. We also added a special cannon to the mothership,
Yeah.
and I believe it repairs faster than it did a lot time before. So still that's a question to think about. We'll sure analyze all these measures and think what we can do to improve it further.
Yeah, but one thing to keep in mind is that not a lot of people would want to watch or play a game where where it takes like 5 minutes to take down the main objective. It seems like an obvious choice to just up the mothership, but it probably wouldn't be as fun if it was heavier by a lot. We're definitely tweaking all of the things in our game, including motherships, but something to consider.
Yes, and here we see Heavy Leech doesn't like boosting also. He asks us to let players equip motherships. Well, that was previously asked by some players, I guess. And we're still thinking about it, but I'm pretty sure that it's not currently on our plans.
Yes, I think we did initially had a plan to upgrade your mothership with different skills, maybe a skill tree like we now have for all other ships, but no plans of doing that right now.
Yeah, so I suppose we'll write about any changes in our weekly news articles, so also read it through sometimes.
And now the final match of sheepnator against frontline is beginning, and I think I'm saying double. It's like a mirror is placed in the middle point because 4 regions against 4 regions. I wonder who will win this one.
Okay. These regions and these regions. Why he has Nebula?
CQC against Phantom. What will happen? This.
Uh-oh. I afraid Frontline has EMP modules, more EMP modules than sheepnator, so takes shields down really fast.
Yes, frontline can't stay long enough on the point to fully capture it and build something to help him to withstand this attack. Yeah, it does seem like sheepnator has this under control, but we'll see about that. Oh, no, frontline's choice of EMP module was just too good.
Yes, looks like it's taken away step by step. But I would say this exchange is almost takeable. Almost, just a small difference separates sheepnator from making it all down. And here is a plasma web. Wow!
Wow, we haven't actually seen that one in quite a while. A fun thing about plasma web that I don't think we've mentioned a lot is that we made it so that multiple plasma webs that stand near each other are disappearing to form a much bigger plasma web.
Oh, I believe it has it and in a new description we added for this test.
Yeah, but I don't think I've seen a lot of people combining it with each other.
Yeah, sure.
You can really get it to be huge size. Just you can have an enormous plasma web the size of the mothership in the middle of the battlefield, which just looks really menacing and dangerous. So if you hear us, you can totally do that, and it will be really cool.
Yeah. So
we see frontline slowly moving in on sheepnator's positions. Frontline isn't doing much to stop him. Frontline can... Oh, I don't believe sheepnator has any ships warped in right now.
yeah, just one ship he just warped in.
Yeah, and even that just to take down the battle station that Frontline built on its doorstep. Now we see a second one, thankfully.
Yeah. And
Oh, I believe that.
just a few seconds.
Yeah, I believe that region also has an EMP mine, so it's apart from the phantom lasers, it's a carbon copy of Frontline's fleet.
Yeah, it also has EMPs, but not as much as Frontline. Also, Frontline used to place it really well when he attacked on sheepnator.
Yeah, EMP modules are very tricky. You have to shoot them at the very precise positions. Oh no, Frontline is trying to maneuver. Oh
ships
no.
carefully for here. They can't just, you know.
Yeah, sometimes they have a mind of their own, unfortunately.
Not really mind of their own, but don't order your ships to go just the same way on the same speed. That's not a good idea. So they're chasing a regent of sheepnator. I believe a frontline may be a little bit more advanced user of regents.
Well,
So-
sheepnator seems to be a quick learner. I'm not
Yes.
sure why Frontline is chasing sheepnator away from his own territory.
Maybe he's just distracting it to get more time to collect war points or so.
Oh, maybe that's the case.
So
Sheepnator makes a half-hearted attempt to take down the warp homer.
I guess it was just enough to fire from his regent.
Yes. We see another ship of sheepnators trying to do the same. Will probably pan out more successfully than the previous times. So CQC lasers are really doing their work on the warp station of Frontline, and Frontline.
He's going to defend
Oh my God.
and ram into it. Still, he destroyed it, but Frontline will immediately get it back by spending another 1000 of war points. That's not that good for him, but even worse for a sheepnator as he loses his sheep and a chance to take this point away easily. So that what means a good control of the map, definitely. I guess Frontline is also doing well with this aspect of the game. But you see, there is not as much scout frigates or so here. And what we see here, oh, this Timur by Frontline. And as sheepnator really doesn't have a lot of sheep on his disposal, he will actually lose it quickly. Yes, and another small sunrise against Timur and regents. And what I see here, hit lasers, which should hit with time to deal more damage. They hit in, and it looks like they now dealing a lot of damage to this poor sunrise.
Yes.
Bye, sunrise.
He just faded away like a light breeze on the wind. Frontline,
so
poetic, yes.
Yeah. I think you should write a poem about our game.
I will definitely write a poem about Frontline winning.
Yay!
Yes, congratulations. And what we have now is our first set of finalists, I believe.
Yes. Frontline against Shalynn.
Yeah, our only set of finalists. ShalynnTheSergal against Frontline will be our final match. It will be the best of 5 and winner takes all, which is just the status of being a champion of Halloween Cup.
Yes, and what is we having right in the chat? Okay, seems like guys are discussing some sort of shields, weapon, laser questions, which is very common in our chats right now. Okay, but it seems like vanguards are trying to persuade them in something. You need base structure and armor. Yes, you definitely need a lot of base structure and armor to stand against as much damage as you can. But I would say that you also need some modules to defend against certain tactics, like if your opponent loses rockets, just get a model against rockets. If your opponent uses ramming, get something like, kinetic wall, which I love. Yep. You know that now, sure.
Well, all of this is really situational. Sometimes you don't actually know what you're going to fight against, so I think that's the beauty of it. You need to have a well-versed fleet that can do a lot of things, and not just one trick.
Your fleet should be really universal in a PvP mode. You should take a little of something, get the main idea of your fleet, and then add some auxiliary ships to counter certain tactics. So, finals are definitely going to be interesting. Josh, you're right here. It will happen in 10 minutes as our finalists are going to fix their fleets and make this battle. I don't know even what to say about the upcoming battle. Divan?
I would be happy with just less, a smaller regent concentration. That would be great. I would be very surprised by that.
Well, Shalynn can use other ships at least.
Yeah, well, Shalynn, I believe she play. They play for. He play.
Yeah.
Deprived, right?
Vanguard.
Oh
yeah,
yes,
Vanguard.
I do remember
you
the
remember
Cortanas.
T-Zona,
yes,
T-Zona
and T-Zonas
with
also.
Warhammer.
Yes, how could I forget that? Unforgettable.
Yes, so an South Fleet, the Warp Homer against Regents. Oh, does actually Frontline has a surprise in his pockets? Maybe. Would be glad to see something interesting. Haha.
Just in case, here's an updated final stage table. Die Hard won against TerraTapka 2-0. ShalynnTheSergal won against Kcalb 2-1. ShalynnTheSergal won against Die Hard 25 2-1. Sheepnator ironix 2-0. dragoninferno frontline 0-2. Frontline Sheepnator 2-1, and in what's probably about 8 minutes now, we will have a final match of ShalynnTheSergal against Frontline. Vanguard against Eclipse. Such a classical battle.
Yes. Classical battle, but still I would love to see some more deprived this time. Still we had some deprived fleets, I would say, and they were performing really well, especially with some tactics which didn't include ramming vanguard ships with deprived ships. Not the best idea, I still would say.
Well, deprived, really, maybe they aren't such a well-versed faction in all of the aspects. They can't do some of the more frontal and aggressive attack. They really are good for sniper fleets and stuff like that. So yeah, you really need to know what you're doing and not ram Vanguard. That is a good point. Yes.
Yes. Also, guys, I suppose you still can join our test if you haven't done that already. Why you haven't done that already? So, the massive fight is going on right now between Eclipse, Vanguard, and deprived factions. They are really close to each other. Their system just border to border to each other, and now they are getting some, extra territories by conquering them from other factions, performing good assaults or bad assaults sometimes, like we did recently. Not going to tell more about it.
Well, it did look for a while like the situation really looked like what we have in the lore of the game, where Eclipse and Vanguard intertwine in some very complex battle on one side of the map, and Deprived are just sort of doing their thing and not really intervening with that, just taking the left side of the map entirely. And yeah, now Deprived don't really have a choice but to take territory from Eclipse and Vanguard.
But I would say Vanguard are more loyal to Deprived right now, as we don't have a lot of border-to-border territories with them. More of them are with Eclipse. Actually, I think Deprived should capture more territories with strategic resources as the Vanguard and as Eclipse to get some cool rewards, fit them, and actually beat someone. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit for Deprived during this test, but
We're all we're all rooting for whatever faction we're playing the current test. So now it's Deprived, and we're just really hyped for everything that's Deprived.
However, some of our developers play for Vanguard faction during this test, and I believe. What?
Heathens. We don't respect them, which I'm trying to say. They're heretics.
Okay. But still, nobody plays for Eclipse?
Everyone hates Eclipse. It's fun to hate them.
I don't know why it's fun to hate them, but I really love how their ships look like. They're awesome, really.
Yeah, it seems like
Why did you do that, Divan?
it's a common theme. It seems nobody will say aloud that, oh yeah, Eclipse are definitely the best. I really love Eclipse. No, they're bad. Vanguard, Deprived, yeah, those are the real factions. But we still somehow end up with Eclipse having the best ships, the best loadouts, the best weapons, and we just look at each other. How did we let this happen? Why are they so powerful and good looking? What did we do wrong?
No, guys, that was actually by accident. Uh, really by accident, as we are not big fans of Eclipse, especially our game designers. Our game designers are fans of Vanguard, I guess.
One God, one love.
Yeah, you hear that. You should have heard our Borzi screaming out loud as. So
It's probably not something you want to hear from game developers saying, we tried to do the thing, but how did that happen? But that's basically what happened. Yeah, we
you
can
know, it
sugarcoat
happens sometimes. But we are working to improve all the stuff after this test and make it all work together well. Add some content to entertain you for a little bit more time. Not like for years, you know, for 10 years, for 1000 years.
I know Starfall Tactics is eternal. It's a timeless game, definitely in the making. I think the next big feature for me is definitely going to be Noxifies, because I just really want to some different kind of enemies that aren't some pieces of metal that shoot lasers at you.
Okay, and we have Dr. Banana, which is pointing us. We have our first battle.
Yes.
Yay!
Grab your chips, grab whatever you have, beer,
Popcorn.
cola, yes.
I want a popcorn.
I had it yesterday, but I just ate it all by
Why?
myself because I'm a bad person, Lisa. That's what I am.
Okay. No, Divan, you're a good person. Don't say this.
We see Frontline doing what Frontline does best, which is regions. Do they have anything new installed? Definitely no.
No, it's a regions which work really well. Whoa. What I believe, if you take these shields down, they will be destroyed really fast. Also, you could probably use a ramming fleet against them, if you are a Vanguard especially. So it's positioning in the nebula while Shalynn is trying to scout from the back. And again, a famous Shalynn's T-zone with a warp hammer, which is coming to the uncaptured point.
Yeah, I don't believe I'm seeing any changes from what Shalynn
no,
and Frontline are
aren't.
usually
Yep.
doing. The same loadouts, just against each other.
Yeah, but that's as I already mentioned, using what we are good with and used to is a nice way here. I don't think we trained a lot of different tactics for this tournament, as this test gets only 10 days. Oh. Poor frigate. It just got destroyed. So, Frontline got a middle point, but he lost 1 point on the top of it. Will he destroy this stealthy zone? I guess so. And here we see a warfare between Arco and the frigate. Wait. Wow, what's a beautiful train coming here.
Yeah, I would say they look more like ducklings, just without the baby, the mother duck.
Could be so, yes. Sorry they're not, yellow this time.
Just there's room to grow for Frontline. He used a great tactic, but he didn't paint all of his ships yellow, so that's something to improve.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
It doesn't seem like ShalynnTheSergal is going to keep the support station fully operating.
You see here, Shalyn is doing really great by repositioning its T-zona to the back of this asteroid field.
Well, the Tizona is still very firmly in behind enemy lines, so it doesn't really need its war station anymore, I suppose. Doesn't look like Shalyn has enough war points to do anything about that warp homer rush attack, like what used to happen all or most of the previous matches.
So, I see Shalyn repositions again his T-zona and moving closer to the mothership, while frontline is doing almost the same. And he's shooting to nowhere. Frontline, no. So Arco is doing some sneaky job on destroying points. This lonely Cortana. Was that a warp interference or something intended?
I'm not sure. I think it was just scouting its way and found a frontline squadron of ships, which is unfortunate. It retreats in the nebula, probably to die in it, considering that.
That was a warp interference. He wanted to warp in the ships to the T-zona, but sadly he wasn't successful, and he loses a lot here by having to manually go to these points.
I believe those eagles of frontline are what's new about this fleet formation. I think I've seen at least one. It wasn't anything particularly interesting, but just something to keep in mind that frontline is adapting their tactics very
Fast.
yes.
Yeah, that's a really good decision. Also, we see that Shalyn wanted to hit down frontline ships and with the warp model, but he wasn't successful in that. Still, he got to the edge of the warp interference model and summoned his great Muramasa.
I'm not sure if that Muramasa used to be of different color, but it does seem to be the familiar Phantom one.
Golden Muramasa.
Now it's golden.
Yeah, Golden Phantom Muramasa. Where is stealth module?
Gold Phantom. Golden Phantom. It could be the superhero name of this ship.
Yeah, as we are thinking of adding a possibility to rename your ship somewhere later.
It seems like Tizone is sporting the same golden coat of armor on it as well.
Yay! But looks like Phantom Lasers already broken some equipment on Miss Muramasa.
Well, Shalyn's Muramasa is able to stand for itself. It's really unclear how this will turn out, I think.
Yes, not very clear right now as we see another regent.
Yes, it looks like Shalyn didn't want to fight the battle to the end and retreats to repair and
You wanted to serve fuel?
yes, but I guess I could say recruit.
Restaff,
Restaff, yes,
yeah?
that's a word. A real word, and
That's
not
a
a made up one.
strange word, actually, I guess.
Restaff or recruit?
Okay. So he's going to go from another side to Frontline's mothership.
Well, it will prove to be pretty difficult considering that Frontline is now
Yay. So, Shalyn has 12,000 war points and Frontline 14,000 and a half war point, while they both have almost the same income in war points and, well, not such a big difference in available war points. So that's pretty equal, not depending on the advantage in control points which has Frontline currently. There's just 3 war points income per second. But actually it can do a thing for a small frigate if you want
I
it.
suppose so. Oh, when we see Frontline on attack, what is he going to do? He's going to use the middle point to coordinate an attack. We see. Oh, those are heat large laser. I haven't seen that one either.
Okay, so he still has a warp interference on his home mothership to defend against this warp homer T-Zona, which is a good decision.
I guess his new tactic is take down shields, not with EMP, but with other kind of lasers that have a longer range, I suppose. Oh, those are still EMPs that all of them miss, and oh my god! And Shalyn is now situation right behind Frontline's army. They don't have enough time to turn around.
-1 Eureka almost.
Yeah, will Frontline retreat or fight this one to its bitter end? Let's see. Oh,
Yes, 1 Eureka.
yeah, Frontline
retreating.
retreats. That was just too good of a play.
Yes, but you see, T-Zona is over here again. But I don't know how it's going to warp in any ships before it destroys these warp interference guy sitting and guarding its ship.
I do believe one of the regions got accidentally warped in a different location. I'm not sure how it got there.
Maybe interference again.
Yeah,
It could be.
I'm seeing the interference field, but I'm not sure where it's coming from or who's activating it.
Now T-Zona is not that close to the edge of interference, but still can warp in some ships.
Well, that would happen if Shalyn actually had any ships to warp, I think.
Yeah, but Shalyn has not that much warp points here. But well, what are they going to do? They are preparing certain attacks, scouting as I see. And regent formation is getting ready again.
Something is cooking up.
I want to see a gravity cannon pulling these regents into the middle. Into the center of this gravity model.
Yes, exactly.
That would be so nice.
Oh, we see two more. No, it's very powerful fleet.
Right, it has a lot of power, but looking at war points, they have almost the same cost. Still, Frontline has some extra war points. So what is Shalyn going to do with his stealthed T-Zona hiding behind this mothership?
I think both players actually play much more carefully than they used to in previous matches, I think.
Yes, sure, it's the finals. Everyone wants to win to get to the title of the best commander during this tournament. Oh, you see, this T-Zona retreated a little.
Oh,
so
there it is. One small ensign with fleet warp. Is it actually possible to fleet all of this?
You should warp in now.
Now would be a good time. Do it. Do it right now. You won't get a better time than this. Yes, Shalyn. Oh, not the best position, but it will do.
Oh, don't fly, wait too much from the border or you'll get destroyed.
Well, I think Tizono already served its function, so now it's a battle of two.
Oh, not
powerful
the best
fleet.
EMP here.
Oh, one of them hit, I think.
Still, you need to hit the more ships in the MP. You see how much shield power here.
Yes, that Phantom Muramasa already lost most of its shields. Now Phantom lasers come into play from frontline. It's just Phantom lasers against Phantom lasers seem to be a popular trend in this tournament.
And there is no point in phantom lasers if you don't get these shields from enemy ships. Oh, you see melted avalanche here. I love these melted avalanche rockets on regions. Well, it's not looking like Shallyn will be able to do anything here. Just going to trade as much as he can, yeah, by ramming, successfully ramming the region, as it had a good acceleration and enough mass to ram it. It was successful.
Yeah, this ram is not as successful, just kind of awkwardly on the side of things.
Maybe. So Muramasa ramming the rest of the ships, and why the front line just stayed on the place, not trying to escape Muramasa ramming it?
I don't think this Muramasa is going to be able to escape.
he-
No, Ansal is still there, so Shaylin still has a room for retreat. If there's anything
I
to
don't
retreat.
know. There is an interference model.
Oh,
here.
yes.
Maybe he's
didn't
afraid of
notice it.
it.
Well, that would be reasonable considering. Oh no, I think Shaylin is just going to let Frontline destroy the one brave Ansile that couldn't. And yeah, Frontline won that battle, but not the entire war, hopefully. Shaylin will need. Well, Shaylin has another fleet.
Not
Cooking
that
up.
much in war points right now, but has a great income still, as there is not as much ships on the battlefield. This warp interference agent is coming back to the mothership to again defend it against, these T-zonas with warp homers. So, whoa. Scouts are coming right here, patrolling the space.
It's not like Shaylin actually is doing anything. It's just collecting its forces while Frontline is moving in for attack. In a surprise move, it looks like Frontline is going to make it all the way to the base, unless.
Well, he is, doing it through Nebula, and there is no scouts from Shaylin over there, which is not very good in terms of controlling the map here. Why, Shaylin?
Well, I think with how much fleet warp modules and warp homers we've seen this tournament, it's the point of small spy frigates is starting to shift, maybe because no one is actually making all the journey across the map to get into position. It's probably warp homer or fleet warp module, so what's the point of even having a spy there if he doesn't going to find anything there?
Yep, that's right here. Still, the fleet of the Shaylin is not big. He's looking for more warp points to warp something powerful, and he's going to defend his point. Not sure if that's a good decision here. Not these two Cortanas and IGs against. Oh, what we see here? A big big vanguard ship. Muramasa, golden Muramasa. From Shalynn. I guess I'm starting to see it here.
Oh, I guess it would be at this point that this stream would turn into a musical, which I would not mind at all.
Okay.
We just start singing Disney songs about dreadnoughts or whatever.
Okay. So guys, are you ready for a song about dreadnoughts?
I'm not sure where to start. Someone is suggesting the name for the Golden Muramasa to be Phantom of the Opera, which would be fitting considering the whole musical theme. So I guess the musical of Starfall. Oh wow, that is quite a path. What is it even
a
doing?
patrolling path, I guess. A really huge patrolling path. Okay. So it's retreating to the mothership to get some heals, And what we see here, yeah, another eagle patrolling. Wow, frontline. You're doing it in quite an unusual way, I would say, but still, that's really interesting decision, I guess. I haven't seen other guys doing something like this. They just used some special scout models. Oh, this Cortana accidentally hit that.
Accidents
Pages.
happen in space.
Yeah, there is not enough space sometimes in space.
Yeah, that's just space for you. Sometimes you can't get enough of it.
Sure, so Frontline is preparing his assault with regents, while Shalynn is preparing something to defend, I guess. I'm not sure if he's going to do actual assault on something or so. Oh, I see, poor frigate. It goes away, yeah?
I've been meaning to ask, so what is actually a correct way to pronounce the frigate? Is it frigate? Is it frigate? Is it frigate? Frigate sounds like something.
A free gate.
Frigate.
Yeah.
Frigate sounds nicer, but I'm not sure if it's actually correct. Frigate.
I don't know. I'm not at good hand pronouncing ship names. Nobody learns you to pronounce ship names.
Yeah.
So Divan is going to look through the internet how to pronounce frigates while we are looking at the preparations of our finalists. They are preparing for their grand assaults. Okay, a golden fleet. Why the small ships are still red? There should be something in there. And eagles continue patrolling the space. So they both are waiting for something. I guess the front line should make the first move. Or either we will do a rush base attack, but this way I can't actually say who wins. I would say Frontline has more potential due to all his EMP, as he really can take away shields of the mothership quick, and he's already on halfway to the mothership of Shalynn. Is Shalynn ready? Yeah, we again see a creepy ways of patrolling this space. Yes, step by step, and invisible hope with mines. Okay. So yes, enabler on the right, he has a lot of mines inside as a great surprise for Shalynn, but I'm not sure Shalynn is going to actually move into this nebula in any case, unless it wants to warp there and get to enemy fleet from the right side. So he just stays and waits until his lasers take away his point. Guess he wants to take advantage of his defenses near mothership, like repairing a special gun and all other stuff like firing, cannons, blasters on this mothership.
Well, I don't think that defensive tactics really helped anyone all that much this tournament. It's usually better to go for a quick attack than it is to concentrate all your forces on.
Okay, see, it warps to the Nebula. Oh no, he was really happy to escape mines.
And here we see everyone repositioning against each other. Some really close quarters battle. I think players are pretty much tied. It's just a few battle cruisers against battle cruisers and a dreadnought on dreadnought.
Yeah, but as you can see, Timur is taking a lot of damage, and Muramasa still has a lot of health and has a great chance to survive if other ships take away these small regions.
It seems like the Golden Phantom is already down to only one Phantom laser, which is really unfortunate. Armor isn't doing much
but
for
you
this
see,
ship.
only one regent left, so it's done for this attack for frontline.
Oh no, but
No.
Frontline has this wonderful ship that has a tiny, small mask of a shield in front of it.
Yay!
I believe we need a name for this one too, because his tiny little shield
Warping.
mask is adorable.
So he's warping to destroy this Muramasa.
I think it's on the
Oh.
middle point. Yeah, there it
Yeah.
is. It's just retreating and taking its stand, and doesn't let anyone progress any further.
I don't think that's a good idea for Shalynn to attack the Springer right now. Still, he does that.
Well, it sort of forced Frontline to take a defensive stand himself, so maybe there is some wisdom in it. We see some carefully and wonderfully executed EMP blasts from Frontline, and Shalynn is very awkwardly trying to position ships. Not really.
Not that good in positioning right now.
I think Shalynn just didn't had a chance to position them correctly. I've been meaning for someone like that to appear.
Well, repair complex. It's repairing everything, but see, this Cortana is out of range, unfortunately.
No, I think it. The top one is, but the bottom one isn't, which isn't going to help it, I think. It's a really smart move to use repair complexes in the current meta, I suppose, of the game, where everyone uses phantom lasers, because
Sure.
after just one single attack you're already down several modules and all of your weapons, just like we see Aegis right here. So it's really useful. You get to
No, Muramasa.
Oh, that is going to be painful. It really isn't the right time. I'm not sure I've even seen this Muramasa lose any significant portion of its shield. It's usually just phantom lasers, ignoring it completely.
I still think Shalynn intentionally loses this Muramasa right now, or it made a mistake and didn't return this Muramasa to the base. And actually you see that the point here is not taken right now. Shalynn doesn't have war points even to upgrade it. It has only 8,000 fleet cost right now, while Frontline has 15,000 fleet cost. Well, and income which is a little bit bigger. So panic ramming. Will it work? It maybe will hit 2 regions at a time. Yeah, the other region just was pushed back a little. And the fact that frontline is defending his lines so carefully is really great, I think. Using these scouts, this strange pass. Oh, I think they stopped moving actually. And a warp interference, not on enemy's mothership but on his own mothership to prevent it from warping in quick assaults, which is also a clever move.
Yes, I agree. It doesn't look like Shalyn has an upper hand in this battle at all. He's always forced into retreating and taking defensive moves because Frontline's phantom lasers do terrible things to anything Shalyn can throw at him.
Well, still Shalyn has pretty the same built-in weapons except of with this T-Zona with Warpholmer, but I'm not sure, is Warpholmer that big so only T-Zona can carry this? Should check it later. And now Shalyn trying to defend his middle point. And his mothership helps him to do that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, but enough.
Ramin Cortana. Okay. And evasive maneuvers. You know, that's funny. They just like looking it out through this point. Not shooting. And another one ship, and Shalyn is trying to escape. Oh no. Shields are down and it's going to be destroyed. Oh, yes, mothership's repaired.
But only so slightly. Ever so slightly. It seems like none of the players have a lot of resources right now. They both just spawn small ships to have the upper hand in the whatever small battle is happening. So yeah, I guess Frontline retreats and maybe we'll see a bigger fleet going on.
Oh no,
that
they
is
rammed right into this point. Yes, they were on the full speed and Frontline constructed this point. Whoa, that was really in time for Frontline.
Yeah, it was a very tactical construction, I would say.
And
Weaponized building.
And Shalyn has just used his great cannon. Why only now?
I'm not sure. Maybe it was on cooldown or he forgot about it. Everything happens.
Sure.
Nonetheless, Frontline is retreating with what little ships he has. Shalyn destroys the battle station that was left behind.
Yeah, Shalyn is behind Frontline now as he really has a great income as he doesn't have as many ships as he used to have. I would say Shalyn should have waited for a while to warp in new ship.
Well, I think so should have done Frontline because now it just slowly trickles down all of its fleet.
It's like the beginning of a battle when we have only a couple battle cruisers. Oh, I believe in the beginning of battle we have even more than
Yes,
now.
it's exactly that. We have at least 4 from Frontline. And now it's just slowly everyone tries to overpower everyone with smallest of increases in DPS.
Yeah.
Battle station once again.
I think if Frontline continues to push it like this, he will finally push it away. You know how it works in many cases.
Yeah, and we see that the mothership already is down with shields, blaster cannons are getting destroyed left and right, and maybe this is the time that Frontline finally finishes it off. Doesn't seem like Shalyn has enough war points to do anything about it or to warp anything about it.
Oh, just panic ramming.
Yeah, I believe that Tizona will do the same, just try to delay the inevitable.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 ships get rammed. It's actually really nice.
So will he
Come
get
on.
his ship?
Sideways
Will that be
ship.
like a Die Hard's battle?
I really
Oh,
hope
it's
it won't be.
tricking.
Oh,
It's
destroy it, and it's not too late. Oh, the Chisona is not a problem anymore. It's just slowly circling around.
Oh, that's really fun here.
Come on, finally the shields are down.
So
Maybe.
we hear maybe a great gun somewhere nearby, really nearby.
Come on, Shalyn, you
carefully.
have 3,000 war points. Do something about them, please. Shalyn.
He wasn't able due to warp interference, but now as it's away.
Oh no.
But you know, battle station continues to damage mothership.
But only the armor, which I'm not sure is very successful.
Oh, see how much? Not that, you know, 40.
Yes, but there is frontline's Timur to finish the job. Will Shalyn
should be able to do this if only Shalyn makes some clever moves to defend against it. Really tricky and clever moves. See, they're taking some plasma damage from this battle station.
Oh my god,
Oh,
that
it's almost
poor mothership,
done.
no! Is it actually going to be defeated by a battle station? By a battle
No.
station near you? Oh, thank God
No.
it got destroyed. Oh, come on! It's all it takes is just a few more. Oh, no, yes, that is.
No.
Yes.
Well, the first battle, just the first out of
5.
best of 5 we have
Best of
here,
5,
yeah?
yes.
So
Frontline.
3 wins from Frontline or from Shalyn. Get ready for some really long and intense battles here. So I think we'll make some changes in their fleets again. Once again, we will maybe see an extra ship. Except of the Surgeons, you know, or Cortanas, or Golden Muramasas, or just anything else. Maybe no more Warpholm or T-Zonas. Let's see how all it comes out. Frankie says region baddie needs nerfing.
I'm not sure it's really the region that needs nerfing. I think maybe the
lasers,
Phantoms do.
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, last time we nerfed other penetrating weapon, which was cannons.
Yes, piercing cannons.
Piercing cannons, yes. They even were prohibited for previous tournament after some, you know, great losses. Oh, and the tournament is already in action. Haven't they changed really much?
Let's see here. Shalyn, nope. I still see the warp homing Tizona. I still see the squadron of regions on frontline side. So far, so familiar.
Yeah, the war never changes, says Borzi.
In a kind of war-grizzled voice that only Borzi can pull off.
Again.
Very familiar so far. ShalynnTheSergal. Both players using some smaller ships to capture what little
Regents
place
with
around.
EMPs. Yay.
Yeah, that's exactly what Frontline was using the last time. So, it's probably not going to be a very different battle.
Well, that's a different map, so it's different anyway. Okay, Shalyn already has 3 points, while frontline takes 2 points, and I guess goes from the Shalynn's point, which is not defended really that good right now.
But I think Shalynn did a good thing by putting a support station there,
Yes,
because repairing is very crucial with this phantom laser. Oh my
no,
god, this
bye
is just
bye
all.
Aegis, it will ram into asteroids with no engines left.
Oh
So,
good lord.
bye bye.
Those
Oh.
regions are so angry they just shoot at each other, I think.
Yes,
There's this small area witnessing the massacre and doing what little it can.
I don't think Shalynn is going to do something with its T-Zona with Warhammer again. Needs something, which can be really expected this time.
Yes, I agree. Don't use piercing cannons. We already nerfed those. Use the kind of weapons we didn't nerf yet, like phantom lasers. What are you doing, Teleria? What are you doing?
It's trying to go against phantom lasers, so
it needs to try harder. It definitely needs to try harder.
And die harder.
Yes.
If you know what I mean. So, I see this T-Zona is again going through this nebula on the left. Not really anything new here.
Yes, for that tactic to really work, I think.
Hit large laser, you see, and melted avalanche.
Was that frontline?
That was frontlines, yes, regent.
Yeah. I keep forgetting that it's Shalynn explains the Vanguard.
Yeah, Shelly, I believe Shalynn plays for Vanguard also in a MMO mode.
Oh, it's actually
yes, that
something different yet again. I think those. I think Shalynn gave up somewhere in the middle there.
Yes, sadly, Shalynn gave up here as he loses his T-Zona and really has no way just to defend for a long time like in a previous battle. Well, still he has a chance to change his tactics. Yes, he can make a small break.
Yeah.
I think using the same tactics with a quick assault on the mothership multiplying times and getting it to finals, not that unexpected for your opponent who really knows you're going there, you're going to do this, you're going to go from there and in this time approximately. I believe he saw T-Zona, which was really close to his motherships. Not close to his motherships, close to the point and close to his ships. So that was just a question of time when he loses his T-Zona.
Yes, I agree, and also I think it's a tactic that relies heavily on you having a really good control of your economy and having actually enough ships to perform this rush tactic. And if what you have is just Muramasa with a lot of shields that take your war points more than they do anything useful, you're not going to do anything. You don't have any points captured. You're just putting your T-Zona there and hoping something will happen and you get upper hand somewhere in the future. And I think you need to do that when you already have control of the map somewhat.
Yeah, usually making your tactics is something very complex, And building your first fleet takes approximately 20 minutes, usually, for our duels. I counted that from some players and my personal attempts and other guys' attempts.
Okay, I see that both players are already in the lobby and are preparing to ride into the sunset
Okay,
once
I
again.
will be away for a minute to ask when we will start, okay?
Okay. So I believe what's on the stream right now, it's... Oh yeah, it's still not at the point of the end of the match. So you don't see how disappointing it is to see Shalynn I keep forgetting that word. Not defeat. Well, Shalynn gave up, basically. Yeah, phantom lasers are a little bit cheesy.
So we are here and they're starting the battle.
They
Ivan.
do! Yes, I completely missed that, and I'm going to open the doors and let everyone else see it.
So, Cortana tactics.
Yeah, well, three of them are Cortana, I believe. One of them is Aegis for some reason. They just...
These Stellaris have EMPs, 4 EMPs.
Yeah, I believe Shalynn is doing the exactly same tactic that Frontline is using. So far, so good, actually. Well, not as good as I hoped it would be. Those Stellaris aren't really doing anything.
The problem is Stellaris take some power points.
Yes, and also they don't have any weapons, so they just do...
And this
thing.
Aegis is not something that should be here in this case.
Yeah, but Shalynn did manage to build a battle station that will hopefully help that one less surviving Cortana to do something about it. Well, it doesn't do much when you can attack the structure of the ship directly. It still looks pretty good so far for Shalynn, at least for the middle point.
Yes, still us, but what about this Cortana? It just looks like this regent will ram it.
Yeah, I believe that's the case. I'm noticing...
But it will be destroyed quickly.
Frontline is actually diverting his attention somewhere else, and while Shalynn is only taking care of the middle point battle, Frontline already had 3 points captured.
You know what we see here? The favorite X-Powers thing.
Which is?
Oh,
the lightning.
The lightning,
Yes,
yeah.
lightning is good. Lightning is everything.
Yeah, if you ask X-Power
What happened exactly to...
I think it just touched it.
What is that little eagle shooting exactly? I'm not sure I've seen it. Is it just blaster cannons?
Yeah.
Why did you move away just as they're about to collide? We wanted to see that. Okay, we see 3 warp stations, courtesy of Frontline, and ShalynnTheSergal still just with 2 battle stations. Oh, Frontline built yet another warp station.
Oh no, he gets a lot of damage from these 2 regions, but is actually this move will be clear here. They will take a lot of damage. This base prevented a EMP module damage. But still, these regions are now down. They don't have their shields, actually. But this warp station is very dangerous here. Shalynn should destroy it as fast as he can. In the meanwhile, Shalynn trying to attack something on the bottom. on the right. I guess it's going to also take a point. So Shallyn is losing its ship, but at the same time it destroys one of frontline ships, and I guess it's going to destroy another ship.
I've just noticed that the Aegis is using not just any blasters but EMP. Yes,
yeah.
so maybe there is a place in this fleet for something other than phantom
Oh
lasers.
no, another regent. It's literally just spamming these nasty regents. Well, that's a thing to think about after this tournament, hopefully.
We have another EMP. Will it hit the target? Yes.
Yes, 2 successful EMPs, but -1 Cortana and -1 Regent at the same time.
Yet
And
another.
+1
Yes.
Regent. You know, that's a game of Regents and Cortanas. Oh yes, Ramin worked pretty well here. Yeah.
Okay,
yes, so
what
will it
else? Shields down for the new
destroy this?
regent. Maybe it will be a successful attack. The other region is retreating barely. Oh no, exploded in a cloud of dust.
Oh. Okay, it's chasing and trying to take at least one ship.
Oh, yet another regent.
What is going on here?
Oh,
I guess Shaylin can take a steel ship and take away 1 point right now from frontline or so. And actually Shaylin has only 2 points.
yes.
See, the point on the right is just grey.
Yeah, I believe it was a really unresponsible thing that Shaylin did there. Frontline really took care of the economy and built all of those control points, while Shaylin was very preoccupied with the middle point and taking it back, which didn't prove to be much of a choke point.
Yeah, should be so. Steel frontline got not as much ships right now, so Shaylin has some time to get an advantage here. Will he?
Why is he not taking the right top control point? Those Talarias aren't really doing anything.
Maybe he's afraid.
Maybe he's trying to cut down on resources and not waste something to build a warp station.
Oh wait, he has only 500 resources.
I think he's expecting a much heavier resistance than Sirius on that point, which is none. Frontline already controls most of the map. He's not interested in that one side point. But better safe than sorry, I suppose.
Yes, sure. Frontline is getting a bigger income. Notice it, although he has only 3 points. But as his warped cost is less than Shaylin's, he gets some extra 4 points. So Shaylin is flying somewhere to the middle point maybe, or back to the mothership. Let us see.
I think Shaylin's new tactic of having specified ships for taking down enemy shields is working semi-successfully so far. Maybe it's a good time would be to play more aggressively now. Although I don't. Shaylin does have an Ancile with Fleet Warp, so maybe that's exactly what he's going to do. Let's see.
And that's a little bit different from a Warhammer tactics, Steel and Assault tactics. But yes, yet another move. it's a spec ops ansel, so it has a really big engineering bay and a lot of capacity to feed special modules. That's why Shalynn chooses it. In fact, we have 4 modifications for each ship, which is usually, assault modification, scout modification, maybe spec ops modification, long range modification, and I don't know, I might have forgotten something else, but usually these 4 are the most frequent one. So, Shalynn should have taken the moment and took away one of frontline points, but he stays and waits for frontline's attack.
I'm not sure he's waiting. I think he's waiting for maybe more ships, because he knows that he will be. Oh, there we go. There's the main player.
Muramasa, yeah. But
Oh, I think the Muramasa now has a lot more shields, if I'm not mistaken, than it previously had.
Well, not really much more shields here.
Yes, I do believe you don't really need that much armor, especially against frontline that just doesn't care about it at all. You just your dreadnought begins to basically just costs more to warp in, and you could have probably warped 2 more effective dreadnoughts for that cost.
Yeah, armor is really not that cheap. So, what's going on here?
Now Frontline knows what ShalynnTheSergal is cooking up, so... Well, it's not like there's anything Frontline can do differently about it. I think it just...
Well, a spectator has shown us that the cost of Shalynn's fleet was very big, while Frontline's was small, and he had bigger income.
Yes, and I think Frontline knows that Shalynn is not going to opt out for the warp homer, and won't be able to warp further than a middle point, so he's collecting all of his forces in the middle bottom of the map.
Yeah, some basic Evricas, spec ops Evricas and stuff.
Not Europe, regions.
Oh, sorry, Evricas. Oh, I'm missing Evricas here, definitely.
Here we're seeing Frontline just casually passing by and destroying what little territory Shalynn has. Just doing a little dance with his regions.
Still, these regions can... Hey, they're just returning. That's a good move. A good move. He just took some war points from him. And that's a great step for Frontline and a small step forward for Shalynn.
Can you see what kind of control point your enemy built in the Fog of War? I'm not sure. Maybe Frontline...
You can see that it actually builds, but I'm not sure you can see the type of it.
I'm just having a hunch that Frontline expected to see a warp point there, but instead just found a battle station. Some really nice music courtesy of our 3D artist who forgot to turn off his phone. Shalynn... Oh no, there it is. There's the warp homing. Wow, I think something pretty interesting is happening because Frontline didn't expect... Oh, well, that's the best Shalynn could have done in this situation. It probably won't even... Well, Shalynn has a little time to take down the warp station, but then he needs to move very quickly and attack the mothership as fast as he can if he wants to do anything about it. Oh, but Frontline does have a fleet warp, so it will... Yeah, there it is.
Not the best formation for warping in here, definitely. We'll try to maybe somehow ram it, but also not the very best idea.
Oh, it's just a mess now. Let's hope this discord in lines of regions will be just enough to... You know what I haven't seen a lot of, which I'm hopefully will see right now, is Shalyn ramming those regions.
Oh no, he rammed his own ship
Oh,
a little bit.
that's not what I... Just ram this guy. That's the only use of your armor you can get for your money right now. Just aim at the direction of enemy and hope for the best. At least you will get... Oh my god.
This cannon. And
Ram,
wait.
your vanguard, god damn it, act like it. Come on.
He even could use his small Cortana for this if he's afraid. Oh, now there is no interference model here. And I think Shalyn is happy with that.
Oh, not for long, because there it is once again.
I think it's his interference model.
Oh, maybe it is. I'm not seeing the icon anywhere.
Oh,
no,
yes,
there it
that's
is.
his.
Let's see.
Oh, don't get close to... Don't get close.
Yeah. That was a very irresponsible move. That's the only thing that's stopping Frontline from warping enormous amounts of ships to destroy you. Where are the EMP modules? Where is...
Yes,
Oh,
that's
there
here.
it is, finally, thank God.
But
come on.
not
It won't
really
be enough. Where is that wonderful Aegis with EMP blasters? Shalyn could have really used it right now.
And another EMP.
But it's just too slow, it's such a small cooldown.
You know, this warp interference won't work well as it won't cover the wall space. This ship can warp it, I guess.
The shields are still not out. There it is, there's the
Yay, you could
spec
have
ops
warped
Aegis, I
earlier.
suppose. What are you doing? That's not how you do it. Use it to take down shields.
But still, that's
It's
still
pretty good
a lot of
distraction.
damage. And another EMP? Yeah, that sure will be down soon. Nah, another Aegis. Still,
Attack the mothership.
Attack the mothership, really?
Well,
Should have-
I think Shalyn is pretty comfortable where he is right now. He has a warp point, he has a few resources to spend. Because
He
he
should
has a...
defend his Muramasa.
There's
against
also
this
a
mothership.
ship. Oh, it's Zona, never mind. There it is, a Cortana coming down.
Okay, if this Muramasa won't run this ship, or will he?
I'm not sure he
No,
will.
guy, no guy. It should stand against it. Okay, -1 regent right now.
-2, I think, was without any of the shields, really.
And the Muramasa is really low on shields.
And there goes all the phantom lasers. Now it's just
almost no
sitting duck.
shields. So now it's investing heavily into the mothership, and Frontline gets another regent here. And he's covering his mothership with one of his regents. No, I think... Yeah,
won't be
this will
enough.
be... He either concentrates on the mothership or dies quickly. Still, he has a huge amount of fleet.
Yes, where are you warping away? Where are you?
Oh, new ships!
Oh, well,
Oh, no,
it's just
not
the
new
old
ships.
ones.
But
Finish what you
they're
started.
repairing, they're repairing, see?
Oh, it's just
That's a
very
repair point.
slowly. Shalyn.
Slowly, but this region is following this Erica. Hopefully it won't let it to regenerate fully and will destroy in a moment.
Come
Oh,
on,
this
one
ship is
small cell.
drifting.
Yes, it's broken. Oh, it's not broken down. I think it's. I don't know what
Okay,
it's doing
shields are
exactly.
over right now.
Frontline will always have more regions to spare. Just concentrate on the mothership. You can do it. I think.
But see, mothership regenerates shields really fast. No! And now this regent.
You had it in your pocket. Oh, now there's another regent. I think it's. Yeah.
You know, I'm tired of regents a little bit.
You don't say. Retreating once again, getting quick heals from the support station.
I really want to have Eureka's here.
Oh, that would be great.
Some rocket fights we haven't seen in this tournament at all, almost, except of nice avalanches.
Yeah.
Avalanches are really nice weapons right now, it looks like, so...
I'm really hoping this match ends
In a year?
No, in friendship. Just
In
Eclipse commanders and Vanguard commanders screaming from ship eliminators, look at us, we're not so different after all, we use the same goddamn weapon anyway.
Yeah, but see, the ship repair is faster as it is protected by these regions. I won't laugh any time from now.
Any minute now.
So I think we just don't want to say else here with Divan. We're just looking at this, strange lone battles with EMPs, phantom lasers, Cortanas, regents, EMPs, and these poor Aegis. Poor golden Aegis.
Yeah,
Poor it's not deprived, which can regenerate and repair some engines. And another broken Cortana. Another quick repair, I guess. Yeah, another quick repair.
Thankfully
I think
not in the
that's...
asteroids.
I guess that's... careful about Alaria.
Doesn't Shaling has a Tizona with a repair complex installed? That would be, I think, more useful than doing retreat every 30 seconds or so.
I guess not this T-Zona, and he really needs a lot of warp points to warp in a ship with such a, not very cheap module.
Well, yeah.
Definitely not very cheap.
I suppose that is true. But I am waiting for that. There it is, frontline slowly trying to chip away at that cursed warp station. The EMPs.
But Shalyn sees that and will do everything to protect it. Oh no, again regions, endless waves of regions.
Oh, someone gave up. It seems. Oh, it was frontline.
Frontline. He understood that finally he will be blown away with these Cortanas.
Yes, Shaling, we race this cup for you.
Yay!
I think.
Don't worry, it's a tea.
Yes, it's maybe some vodka, a little bit vodka, not really.
Ivan.
Jokes. Well, I think Frontline did a right thing here. Shaling's attack was very slow and uncertain, but I think if we gave this match 5 or 10 more minutes, we would have seen the same outcome. Shaling winning this
Yeah,
round.
step by step it could take away ships on... Well, there was a small chance that this warp station on it behind could be blown away, but you see he noticed these ships, this ship, he destroyed it, so no chance here, just a way to hold, which is, just pointless. You'd better to proceed to another battle faster, yeah, to have a chance to win this another battle with these regents.
Uh,
And another battle with
yes.
regents, I guess, as they didn't took any time to rebuild fleets.
People in chat saying that we don't read chat. Well, we do it not so often.
Really?
Yes, well, the thing about that is our community manager is sitting right here and commentating this match, so it's kind of hard for other developers to pick up the slack.
Yeah, guys. uh, I'll just answer stuff in Discord if you have some questions left after it. And I think we'll have some time after these matches to answer them. Yeah. And well, right now is nothing special going on our battlefield, just another bunch of Cortanas golden and regions with tons of shields. Oh, really tons of shields, like tons of damage, you know. And Shalynn is flying straight to the point of frontline, while Shalynn doesn't know that frontline is coming to the right side, so he has advantage, frontline, in positioning. Still, looks like Shalynn notices it. Finally, need some nice EMPs. Oh, EMPs will go nice into this formation. Need just another one, I guess. But one Cortana is almost done already, and one region is almost done already. See? Well, looks like Shalynn is going to retreat as nothing good is happening here.
Yes, frontline will probably win this one despite Shalynn's newfound tactic.
Yes, still that looks like equal battle a little bit, but this poor Cortana.
That
I
Nebula
would
didn't
say
help it.
a plasma steel or a gravity cannon would be good here, but it's just my dreams, you know. Or maybe one day I'll have a ranked match with some of these guys. Maybe we'll terribly lose in first couple minutes, of course, despite of me trying to do something mad. Okay, let's come back to the match. Regents Cortanas, EMPs, Phantom Lasers, really?
If you've just tuned in right now, that's basically what's been happening for the last hour or so.
I can't say that's very bad actually that we found these so equal tactics, but oh, melted avalanche, I love this, and I love the sound of melted avalanche, like psh. You could have heard this.
Yeah, it's terrifying. It's like an
No,
ocean
a
wave that
bad
hates you.
EMP.
Oh, that should have killed Regent, I think. Well, no, it still did kill him, but should have done it faster, I think.
Some hit lasers. I wonder why this long range Ebrica stays so close. It should have stayed. Melted Avalanche has a small range, about 5,000, I guess, or so. So, despite of all the long range of other lasers, you should be close. And it looks like, another endless exchange, but the tide turns slowly to the front line right now as Shalynn makes some EMP mistakes, sending them to the already damaged ships. Doesn't work that much. Maybe should have chosen some plasma web modules for these close formations, or we also seen some AOE energy rockets in our first matches. Not sure if that would be so effective before you take out these shields, but still.
It would be interesting to look at least some really unsuccessful Remin attempts from frontline.
Oh, I also haven't seen much Turnhelms. Yeah.
Yeah, I did believe that.
They are more, blaster or cannon based ships.
Well, I guess that's why we haven't seen a lot of them, because the laser meta is
I
too
don't
strong.
know, blasters are pretty strong here if you know how to use them, of course, but still, they're strong.
I think what is pretty disappointing is that with how much lasers are with how much lasers are popular right now and how managing your shields is important right now, no players really use any of our cool new shield related modules all that much.
Yeah, by the way, there are some cool shield network module which distributes all damage to your shields between all the ships with this module, and shield drain module. I believe it's not very effective right now, as it drains only 800 shield. Maybe we'll tune it a little bit later.
Yeah, maybe I'm not. Maybe players tried them out already and just didn't find them as useful as good old EMP and EMP blasters. So maybe that's the case.
EMP is cheaper and not that hard to use. Also, we have shield disabler, but you need a lot of shield disablers to disable all shields on these Eureka's. Just one shield disabler for each ship. It takes place and capacity and stuff.
Yes, I agree.
So
I still think something with shield network could have been done, something interesting.
yes, still it also takes place and also takes capacity.
Well, yes, but it's only a 2x2 module, so it can fit in even some non-support class frigates.
Yeah, some. Well, it's better to fit it to maybe battle cruisers.
Yeah, well, definitely.
And build a fleet like this if it's possible.
I want my something has been said in chat. Frontline 1. So it's
It looks like Shellyn didn't want to really get alone standing here again. So the good fights were done, and who is the winner right now? Say us, Duran.
I'm going to say you this in just a minute, because I have a slide prepared just for
Hey.
that. Frontline, our
Yay.
Starfall Tactics
Congratulations.
Congratulations, yes. Halloween Cup 2017 winner.
Frontline, congratulations to you. So you're the best commander of our Halloween Cup, and we are really thankful for all participants, for all the stuff they've done, for all, bugs and disadvantages they showed us. We'll sure work further on improvement, and we'll sure have another tournament one day, I guess.
Yeah, we might have ended this on a more of a sour note with everyone using the phantom lasers over and over again, but I do think we've seen a lot of really interesting plays, especially in the group stage.
Yes.
There were a lot of cool tactics being executed.
Yes, especially some of them were introduced by new participants. Yep, some, we saw my favorite kinetic walls, finally.
Yes, I do believe. I am especially happy to. I know we're looking at Frontline right now like he is an almighty and powerful winner, but let's not forget that just a couple of hours ago we were seeing him getting scattered around with gravity modules and how
Yeah.
fun that was.
That was really fun, and I still think Gravity Model could do some job here.
Yeah, if only.
As I love it. Also.
Yeah, if only dragoninferno could have stopped Frontline until he grew into the champion he is today. Anyway, here's the final tournament table. And yeah, Frontline 3, ShalynnTheSergal 1. And here's everyone who got to participate in this amazing tournament.
So, we have a couple minutes maybe to come back to our chat.
Yes, let's read chat, and where everyone is probably disappointed in phantom lasers and that we don't read chat.
Yes. So,
has anyone thought of the countless lives lost when even the smallest of the ship dies? Well, you don't even need to think about it, because there is a tiny person icon in the stats of the ship, so you can count how many people died, and spoiler alert, it's a lot of people.
well, I guess they're going to be cloned or something like this. Is there really a lot of them coming out of the mothership, restarting crew, just, like, you died, another one goes here, you died, another one goes here. Yeah, something like this. And
Blue Bolt ADF says the challenge shows 3 for Frontline, 1 for Shalynn, so yeah, I guess we did have a bit of a spoiler, because the tournament table is updated faster than this stream is going forward because of the delay we installed, so yeah.
That's not a trouble. That's not a great trouble, I think. So,
if you want to spoil the fun like that for yourself, so
if they're really that curious. And so, guys, again, we were happy to see you all during this tournament. And we will be happy to see you again during our tests. We have still 3 days for this test, yes. So you can start right now if you haven't started yet. Go for any of this faction, try MMO mode, or maybe try ranked mode by yourself. Maybe ask some, participants to teach you how to play it. And so, thank you all for being at these streams. Divan?
yes. Well, yeah, I also highly recommend going into Galaxy Conquest mode right now, because there is a lot of Starfall Tactics that you won't get to see if all of your exposure to it is by looking at the stream, which is unlikely but probably possible. It's really fun to explore the galaxy, find trouble and make trouble, and
Sure.
just being in the same evolving galaxy with a lot of other players is pretty fun, especially if you're doing it with friends and know how to cooperate in a faction house.
Yeah, you can establish a sort of a clan which is called house in our game, and just gather your friends and assault enemy mothership. Well, some of actions will be familiar for you from this ranked mode, I guess, like building points, and destroying enemy ships, of course. you know.
That is always
Maybe
constant
using
in our
phantom
game.
lasers.
No, don't do that. Phantom lasers are terrible.
Well, I think we'll do something about it. Yeah, Dorothy?
I don't know.
Okay. So, was happy to have you all during our streams, during this test, and we'll be glad to see you further, guys. Feel free to ask us anything in Discord channel. See you. Bye bye.
Yes. Goodbye, and here's the name of our winner once again. And yes, goodbye.